Okay, everyone, I'm here. I'm not late. I'm on time. I was just getting coffee and some lube. All right. Okay. United States versus South Korea. There's a few things that I want to talk about here because South Korea is also missing. For example, Kang Lee is on the bench. I don't know why. I don't know if I pronounced his name right, the PSG wide player. They are missing a few guys. But that's not what I want to talk about here. I also don't even know if they're going to bunker here. It looks like they're going to play 5-4-1 with Son up top. Regardless, not here to talk about them. We're going to have Albert Kim come here at halftime to talk about Korea. What about the United States? Because there are a lot of question marks here of what is Pochettino doing. We are 9 months away from the 2026 World Cup. And for people that are saying that this is just a friendly, it doesn't really matter. When are they going to prepare for the World Cup? They prepare with these friendlies. We don't have World Cup qualifying. They're not training week in and week out. All they have are these very small windows, these very small camps where they play two friendlies. And guess what? After this one, we only have three more. So to anyone out there that is saying this is just a friendly, relax, we can relax, sure. But tell me, when are these players going to be ready for the World Cup? When are we going to prepare the team? Unless you think this is the team. We're going to start Tim Ream right there. A center forward as old as any opponent that Jake Paul has faced so far. Tristan Blackman, an MLS lifer that got torched in the CONCACAF Champions Cup final when he played Cruz Azul. The intensity goes up. Blackman shits his pants. Hopefully he proves us wrong. I doubt it. Barfston on the left back position. And Arfston is not really a left back, is he? He can't defend, but he's starting once again, just like the entire Gold Cup. Sure, I believe Anthony Robinson will be a starter when push comes to shove, but it looks like Arfston will probably be the backup. So if something happens to A-Rob, we're screwed. Okay? Sebastian Berhalter, or shall I say 2026 Psycho Kellen Acosta. That's what we got. The guy that can hit a good set piece here and there, fights very hard for the team, but doesn't offer much more than that. Right? And then Sargent's up top. Would have rather have Balogun. Balogun wasn't even going to be in camp. Sargent starting. Luna, Pulisic, Weah, we're good at that. Serginho Dest, welcome back. And Tyler Adams, thank goodness you're there. And about Matt Freese, right now, yes, he's the starting goalkeeper. But Arfston is there once again. And Arfston is not a left back, guys. He's a winger. Not saying he should start for the U.S. as a winger, but he's a winger, okay? Now, what's interesting about this is Mauricio Pochettino decided to fly Chris Richards and Noah Kai Banks across the Atlantic. Okay, this is a long trip, a very, very, very long trip for anyone that hasn't traveled. Well, I never went to Europe myself, but got some very long travels before. Like I've crossed the Pacific to go to Japan or just down to Brazil. It's a long flight. It's like 9-10 hours. He flew them across the Atlantic to start Tim Ream and Tristan Blackman. Now, mind you, Noah Kai Banks didn't even make the bench. Noah Kai Banks is watching Tactical Manager's stream right now. He didn't even make the bench. But you know who did? CR7, Christian Roldan. Actually, he's no longer CR7 for the U.S. national team. He's just Christian Roldan, the eyes and vibes. Christian Roldan has made it. Now, Austin, not to attack you, okay? But let me just elaborate on what you said. Bro, this 11 isn't that bad. It kind of is. Right? When you're not testing new players, well, you are testing new players, but you're inconsistent with who you test. We saw Sebastian Berhalter the entire summer. So considering all the players that Pochettino left at home, like Johnny, Tanner Tessman, I mean, Malik Tillman was injured, so that's fine, and many others. If you're going to start Berhalter, maybe give Jack McGlynn a shot against next to Tyler Adams. Try something different. Tristan Blackman, I don't see the point. If anything, you should be building chemistry. If he thinks, like, I believe he sees Chris Richards as the starting center back for the national team. I would hope. If he sees Chris Richards as a starter, you got to use these games to build chemistry with Ream and Richards. If he thinks Ream is the starter. right? So, and let me ask you this, and I'll ask you this too, Austin. The context of the game. If he's starting Tristan Blackman, and let's say Blackman does fine against South Korea, does that mean he should be the starter over Chris Richards? Does all the data that we have on Chris Richards, the national team, and even the Premier League not matter? It doesn't matter too much. So I don't know what he's testing. We are 9 months away from the World Cup. With this game, we have 7 more games before the roster's called in. At some point, you can't be testing half of your starting 11. You need to have more or less your starters, and then maybe test one guy or another off the bench. But you should have it. It looks like Pochettino doesn't have that right now, right? The game is on Peacock, guys, on TNT also. Uh, Michael Higuera is saying, sad that no Zendejas, but we should see some interesting things from these players. No excuse for the Sargent goal drought. I mean, there's no more excuses for Sargent. He has to perform. He also, if you think about Sargent too, he will have Christian Pulisic and Luna behind him that can probably help him create. That will create goal scoring opportunities. You have Tim Weah, so he has good players that he should perform. He doesn't necessarily have to score. I mean, if he gets 2 very nice assists, would you guys be happy with that? That would be a good performance. Doesn't have to necessarily score, but he has to play well and get goal contributions. But again, we'll see how it plays out. About Pete, he should be here very soon. But before I talk more about the starting 11 with Pete, I want to go through this article here, and I'm going to share real quick because this is what concerns me. Doug McIntyre, he's a great mouthpiece for the Federation. Very good. One of the best mouthpieces out there. He said, we don't have too much time until the World Cup. U.S. men's national team head coach Mauricio Pochettino said ahead of Saturday's friendly against South Korea, but the main group is starting to understand what we want. Here's my question to you. What's the main group? Is it this roster? Because once again, even if he's testing guys, which it doesn't look like he is, it looks like he has his main group. Are you not concerned? Like, guys, let me ask you this. Let me change the question. Before I go through that article, and if you guys want to read the full article, go read it. Like I said, sometimes I make fun of him, but it's important to read Doug McIntyre's article because there's always a lot of hints and information that is quite useful as a U.S. men's national team guy, someone that's covering the national team, someone that's following the national team. Let me ask you all a question here. And Pete's here, so I'm going to ask Pete a question as well. Because some people are like, oh, it's just a friendly, or the starting 11 is okay. It's not that bad. I'll ask you guys a question here. If this was the World Cup starting 11 in a knockout round against, let's say, Japan, not even South Korea, let's say Japan, do you guys really think we would have had a legitimate shot? Of course, anything can happen. But if we play Japan today in a knockout round, or Croatia, let's say Croatia, a solid team, a good team, with this starting 11, do you think we have a shot of going through? I think the shot would be close to zero, Pete, with this team.
Yeah. I mean, Blackman and Ream just has to be the joke of the day, right?
And
Like,
Barston.
and Barston too. You should have Freeman and Dest at best, right? Or you put Balogun wide and Weah at fullback. Like, remember when during the Gold Cup when we were complaining about some of these guys being on the team and they went, relax, this is just for the Gold Cup. It doesn't matter. Come, the fall, he's gonna call in the serious guys. This is just everyone's over. No, we weren't overreacting because guess what? Half these guys are back and starting over Chris Richards. Like, what?
Well, not just that, Pete. I'm going to go through the article here that Doug McIntyre put out. Pochettino kind of implied that this is the main group. Like, that means that it doesn't mean everyone here is a main group player, but that means the vast majority of this roster, let's say 15 to 18 players, are probably players that he's looking at and saying they're probably going to the World Cup. I mean, like, guys, do you need another hint? Sebastian Berhalter is going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Like, he's going. Like,
He's
this
like
guy.
Nepo baby number one.
Yeah, because again, he started the whole Gold Cup, was very mediocre. He was 2026 Psycho Cal Costa, and he's starting here once again. Tim Ream is going to the World Cup. That too, and he's starting as of now. You fly Chris Richards across the Atlantic, and then you start Tristan Blackman when you should be building chemistry between the two starting center backs that you think will be, you project to be. And Noah Kai Banks didn't even make the bench.
Apparently he's injured.
He's injured.
That's what I'm reading on Twitter. Let me double
But
check.
was it an official report?
Let me see.
Okay, everyone, while Pete looks that up and I put the article, I'm going to put a quick word from the sponsor of this video. We'll be back in 60 seconds, and then we're going to read the article and we'll give you an update on Noah Kai Banks. While the ad is playing, drop a like in the stream. Help us hit 200 likes. We'll be back soon. If you like fantasy sports, I got the perfect one for you. Tactical Manager TV is partnering up once again with SoRare with a special offer. Just use the link in the description of this video. In SoRare, you can collect your own virtual cards of your favorite players. But why would you want to collect virtual cards? Because you can line them up on 5-a-side games every single week, and if the players perform in real life, you can win real money, unique experiences, signed jerseys, game tickets, or even more cards to improve your club. And SoRare doesn't only have soccer, they also have the NBA, and they have also Major League Baseball. Unlike other fantasy games where it's pay per play, in SoRare you pay to get the players you want permanently as cards, and then you can play multiple times using those cards until the player retires. And if you are new to SoRare, you can sign up with the link in the description of this video with a special offer. You will get a 50% bonus in your first few purchases up to $300 spent, which means if you use the link in the description and you never bought cards before, you will get 50% as credit up to $300 spent. So if you spend $300, you get $150 in credit. Essentially a $150 welcome bonus. Thank you very much, SoRare, for partnering up with Tactical Manager TV and sponsoring the channel. Okay, we're back. So, Pete, is he injured? Noah Kai Banks?
I double check. So someone was saying on the U.S. soccer notes of the match, they said he was injured, but I've just read it myself. It actually doesn't say he's injured at all. It says the opposite. It says if 3 substitutes would make their international debut today, should they come off the bench? Defender Noah Kai Banks and goalkeepers Roman Salentano and Klinsmann. But he isn't even on the bench.
Okay, so there's no update on Noah Kai Banks. As of now, we have to assume that he's not injured, and it was just a choice for him not to be.
We're praising him all week. He praised him honestly all week long.
Well, also they praised like Paxton Aronson throughout the summer and didn't play him at all.
Sure.
So, but here's a few things from the article that Pochettino said, the one that Doug McIntyre released. Again, you guys can go check out his Twitter and check out the full article yourself. Now, he said the most important thing in these types of games, which he's talking about Korea and Japan, is how we're going to compete. I'll say this. He's not wrong with that because it matters. Like you could win 1-0 and play like crap. That doesn't mean much. You can also lose 2-1, but both teams play very well. He's right about that, but also you want to go for the win. So let's not make up excuses. He says it's always good to win because that gives you more of a confidence and trust. But I think the objective is to try to add players and new faces that really start to buy the ideas that we started to build when we started the Gold Cup. He's not talking about Nations League. He's not talking about the previous camps. He's talking about the Gold Cup. So to everyone that was saying that the Gold Cup was a B or C roster or whatever, for the most part, from what Pochettino is saying and doing, look at his roster, that roster was not entirely really a B roster. It had a lot of players that are A roster players for Mauricio Pochettino, and he references it himself. Right, and he's talking about adding new faces. When you look at the starting 11 for this game, the only new face that he's adding is Blackman. That's the only new face that he's adding. Everyone else, I mean, for the most part, I mean, Pulisic is Pulisic, right? But Arfston, Berhalter, Luna, Adams, I guess Dest is returning. That's one to mention. But a lot of them are the Gold Cup guys. Freeze, Ream, Berhalter, Arfston, Luna. They're all half of the team right there is the Gold Cup starting 11. And then you have the players that are mostly locked in starters like Pulisic, Weah, Dest, and what's his name? Up top, you have Sargent, but who knows if Ajiman was healthy? You think Ajiman would have been there if healthy?
Oh, 100%. Probably starting.
Okay. All right. And then he's saying so far so good. And then he says you see their quality. Houston Dynamo midfielder Jack McGlynn saying working alongside PSV's Dest, Pulisic's whatever. Okay. Then he's just like praising. I want to find the quote where Pochettino goes on and talks about how we don't have much time, which, if he truly believes what he's saying, we don't have much time, he's probably seeing this as mostly an A roster. He's testing how what he's planning on doing for the World Cup. Oh, here it is. Here it is, Pete. The main group is starting to understand what we want. The main group, I'm assuming it's the people that are there, right? How can Wes and McKennie understand if he's not there, for example, or Johnny, or Malik Tillman, or A Rob? Even though I think some of those should be there when next month. Um, and if we want to arrive at the World Cup in our best condition, they need to know each other. And at some point, we need to start to cut and increase the players that we believe that we're going to be in the World Cup, but always keeping that mentality. How do you read into this?
He's saying the guys that I'm cutting may not be there at the World Cup at all. Like, I would rather have, like, Gio Reyna could have a 10-goal, 10-assist season for Gladbach, and he still may not be in the World Cup. He may bring Sebastian Berhalter over him,
That can happen.
for
Yeah.
example. You
Yeah.
know,
Again,
Joe Scally could be player of the season for Gladbach, and I think he would still bring Arsene to the World Cup over him.
Angel, okay, he's definitely joking. It's just like he's gonna talk about all of that. And XYV saying this channel is becoming unwatchable from a 6-year watcher. Um, YXV, it's the U.S. men's national team, man. If we start getting better, things got better. The national team, to be honest, has sort of become unwatchable over the past few months to years. It's just one of those where it's like, when are we going to start winning? Pochettino was talking about how he wanted a like college like atmosphere for the U.S. men's national team games, but I believe he went to a game to a college team which normally wins. It's
Yeah,
very
and probably plays mostly their best players.
probably they try, yeah, and they win games. So it's hard for you to blame fans to not bring the atmosphere when the team just keeps losing. Angel, you didn't get called out. I don't believe you believe what you said. But going on here to super chats, old baby Clowny saying, heard Pochettino laugh when asked about expectations. I
Yeah,
didn't
when he
see that.
said, "I can't score the goals, I can't defend." They were asking him after he was, praising Espanyol and criticizing like Barcelona, saying he wants to coach Real Madrid, like talking about everything but his job in this interview. They finally asked him about his job. What's, the hopes at the World Cup for the US? And he's like, "Well, I can't score the goals, I can't defend, so we'll see." Literally just like washed his hands of this team. He's like, "I'm getting my 6 million. I don't care what happens at the World Cup. I'm waiting for Madrid to call me," which will never happen, by the way. He also
I
will
would
never get the
actually
Argentina job like he thinks he's gonna.
no Pochettino. You know what's his next job will probably be Inter Miami.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that might be part of the gig. They'll just keep paying him 6 million to now coach Inter Miami.
Mm-hmm. Jeff Carey saying, "I'm sick of this crap. I'm largely ambivalent." Hold on one second, Jeff. You need to stop with the van because someone's gonna report the channel, and we're gonna get in trouble here.
Sven,
So
Sven is becoming more disturbing by the day.
yeah, Jeff. I'm gonna have to skip some of your super chats. Some of them, okay. If it's
The ones
geography,
that
Jeff,
mention a van.
yeah. That well, I saw the rainbow. Then I'm like, where are we going with the rainbow van? What is going on here? Okay, Jeff. Thank you very much for the super chat. We already had Pete's channel get hacked. We're not trying to get another one.
Yeah, we don't need more.
No, no. We're already struggling here to get Pete. Well, even though we will be doing the post game at 11 Yanks 2.0. Okay, don't forget that, guys.
11
But
Yang
thank you.
soccer, it's called.
Yeah, thank 11 Yanks soccer. Yes. Jersey Fly Guy saying, I live in New Jersey, 15 minutes before genetics. Genetics? What is he saying?
I live in New Jersey, 15 minutes before genetics. I think it might be some kind of an autocorrect. Maybe he was trying to type kickoff.
Okay, yeah. So before kickoff, and tickets are $200 plus. What? Well, I think probably the Koreans might have sold out this game.
Yeah, 100%. Also, it's Red Bull Arena, right? It's a 25,000 seater stadium. So it's somebody at the game tweeted that from walking around, it looks like this is going to be mostly Koreans.
Yeah,
Americans don't want
probably.
to watch this hot garbage that Poch is putting out.
Hmm. And then you have AJ saying, "I will write a George Orwell style book of USSF." They're more like Brave New World. That's more their style. Um, Agent is saying November match is announced against Paraguay and Uruguay. I swear some of these players better not be there by then. Yeah. So in October we play Ecuador and Australia, two good games, and then in November we play two good games as well, Paraguay and Uruguay. All teams that are going to the 2026 World Cup. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what the roster looks by then. There's not much we can comment on that right now. Let's see how this camp goes first. We have two good opponents right now. Korea and Japan are good teams. Japan better, and Korea is missing a few guys and definitely not at their best, but they're no pushovers.
Should
Um,
we? Have you talked at all about Korea's form?
yeah, so I had Albert Kim on for the preview. Anyone that watched the preview, and he was pretty negative about Korea's current state this cycle. They started off with Jurgen Klinsmann, didn't do well. They got the new coach. I believe he is Korean, the new coach. He played in the 2002 World Cup. Hasn't been great. He's just saying they're not really having a great cycle. And
Well,
the
in their
results.
last 5 games, they've drawn with Palestine, Jordan, and Oman. Drawn.
Yeah, he talked about that, and he said those. I asked if there was any context missing of those games. He said no, they just sucked.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, right? Are they playing the B team like we do? Were they resting? Were they already qualified for the World Cup? He said no, they just sucked. Because Japan, for example, I asked the Japanese expert, and the video should be out closer to the game about some poor results they had lately, and he was like they rotated because they were already qualified. But
Right.
South Korea, no. So yes, there is a gap between Japan and South Korea right now. Among USMNT, if you don't know, join the Discord, people. Let's go USA. Yeah, the Discord is in the description. It's free. I don't really go there, but the community goes there and they talk to each other a lot. Jaden Miller is saying, I apologize to Greg. He was a bad coach, but not this. It wasn't much
I mean,
better
you
with
don't
Greg,
need to
guys.
apologize to him. He's equally bad. Maybe not as bad, but he doesn't deserve it. He deserved to be fired. 100%. He deserved to be fired.
Yeah. It's also one of those cases where the way Pochettino's been carrying this team, commanding this team, when we start to get into, oh, who's better, who's worse, Berhalter or Pochettino, it's like me and Pete taking a dump right there at the corner and you guys go sniff it and tell me which one smells better. It
Yeah.
doesn't really change, right? Max Arfston to go saying Arfston with a deserving start. I'm not talking about Arfston anymore. I'm done. Brian is saying got $100 from BTTSML. What's your opinion on this? What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Got $100 for BTTSML. What's your opinion?
Umar says, I'm ordering Korean barbecue now in support. Excellent choice. I took TAC for Korean barbecue when he visited LA. It was good, no?
Oh yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Very good.
I loved it. Um,
Oh, apparently BTTS is both teams to score.
how would I know what that means?
What does ML mean then?
both teams to score. Okay, both teams to score. I think we'll get a goal,
It's possible.
and we'll
It's
probably
possible.
concede with that back line.
Yeah, this might be a high scoring game. Do you want to talk about Sargent at all? Like, gets another chance here. Hopefully, we can see what he does.
Yeah, I can briefly just tell you what I said when they talked about him. They're like, no excuses for him scoring. I said, yeah, I think he needs to get goal contributions, but not necessarily score. If he comes into this game and he gets two nice assists, that is something. I do
Well,
think he needs to end the goal drought though at some point.
if he has chances to score and he doesn't score them, then that's bad. But let's say the midfield never gets him the ball. Should he have to score? I'm just curious. Like,
Well,
what if he
then we have
plays
to.
well, has good hold up play, but then the midfield can't get the ball to him?
I guess in under those circumstances, we have to kind of analyze if it was something of him not getting service or him not making the right runs and finding space. Right, that's what we got to
Right.
figure out.
Sure.
I mean, there's always when you're evaluating a center forward, you do have to always take that into account. But at the same time, hopefully he ends his goal drought for his own sake.
That's the hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's a penalty, Pulisic can give it to him.
And then he misses.
If he misses a penalty, Agyemang is locked in for 10 years. That's what it's
No, then it's over for Sargent. Like it was like,
Yeah, it's
yes,
like,
let's
dude,
give
no.
him the. No, dude, I just hope he scores on open play. I think he
Yeah.
needs it. We need it. I hope Sargent gets a goal today. Jeff Carey saying, "Chat, if you like my spicy super chats, one. If not, two." Jeff, they're all gonna say one. Rocco saying, "Why is Berhalter starting every game now? He's mid. I don't know."
What's his last name?
Berhalter.
Nepo,
Oh,
baby.
it's funny how that name, how strong it is in U.S. soccer, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty
It's almost
impressive.
like there had to be a Berhalter involved somewhere.
Yeah, and people talk about Burrow. They're going to also push the narrative that he improved the Chicago Fire, and I think they're not making the playoffs right now. I know they suck. Yeah, they're not
Far
making the
no, they're
playoffs.
10th. They're 10th.
They're pretty far actually because they are 1 point away from the Red. Oh no! They're probably
No, they're
in.
close.
No, they're likely in because the Red Bulls are 1 point ahead, but the Fire have 2 games in hand. They need to win one. They're probably
Yeah, but
in the
Fire
run.
have played a lot of the easy teams already. Like when they played a good team, like their last game was against Philly, they got trounced 4-0.
Yeah, and also MLS has an unbalanced schedule, which usually tends to favor narratives and storylines that they want to push. So,
Yes.
not saying that's the case with Berhalter. I didn't really look into his schedule specifically, but we've seen that in the past with MLS. And honestly, props to a lot of the MLS fans that are calling out a lot of the bullshit that they rig things here and there. So props to those. DCC saying Universal's coverage is trolling the United States by only showing Korean fans in the dude. There might
Maybe there
only
is
be
only
Korea fans.
Korean fans in the stands.
They might be showing everything they got.
They might be like, well, this is the crowd.
Seth saying a prediction from Seth. Let's see. Korea's mid block. We pass around the back. Pulisic tracks way back. A dicey pass ends on Son's feet. But I'd love to be wrong and actually see something from this team. Uh, the thing is, I don't know what to expect from Korea. From our team, yeah, I expect us to struggle to create in general. It's pretty much like Pulisic does something, or I don't know what happens. I guess Luna is a good one for us to talk about today, Pete, because he struggled so far against every medium to good competition like Mexico,
Yeah.
Switzerland, Turkey, but he beat up the CONCACAF minnows. Now he's going to face a good team. It's
Well,
time for him
better
to
than the
step up.
CONCACAF minnows for sure.
Yeah. Bet. Well, yeah, probably the same level as Mexico.
Sure.
Yeah. So an opportunity for Luna to show that he can perform against better opposition right there. So we'll see how Luna does. Matt Poliquin is saying, Pete, how's the knee? Hopefully Matt Freeze plays well.
Oh, the knee's good. Thank you. It's been a couple years now, so no issues with the knee. Yeah, I hope Freeze plays well too. He has a big chance here to play well against Korea, look good with his feet, show that some of his Gold Cup form that was good was not a blip, and some of the mistakes at the Gold Cup were a blip, right? So let's see how he does today. It'll be an interesting look at him.
Yeah, goalkeeper is a position we very much need someone to be in great form. So hopefully Matt Freeze puts up a good performance. You is saying doo bird production. Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
over.
Yeah. Sean P. Diddy. What?
God.
Saying, Filippo, keep up the good work. You should come over to one of my parties again. Had a blast last time. I was not at your party.
Man.
I was not at your party. I was also not at the island. So
Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
funny how you're in Florida and I'm in LA, but I get the Epstein list jokes and you get the Diddy party list jokes.
Yeah. It's little because we moved to trick everyone.
Yeah, we switched places so people wouldn't know
Yeah.
about our crimes.
So once again, guys, the lineup will put out on screen again. This week, MLS finally put out a statement, and they suspended Luis Suarez, by the way, Pete, for 6 games for pulling a hawk tour on a staff of the Seattle Sounders.
Yeah, but it's in League's Cup. So it's like not for another year. We don't even know if Suarez is going to be playing in League's Cup. We don't even know if League's Cup is going to happen next year.
I think that if anything, that might lead to more players hawk toing each other because then they don't have to play in the League's Cup.
Hmm. It's an interesting idea.
Because again, if you punch someone, you have to be mean. You don't want to hurt someone. Now, spitting is humiliating, but at least it doesn't really hurt. So they might go for the
It's
spit
far worse.
in terms of humiliation. But if I punch you in the face, it could break a nose, your tooth, or something. Now, if I spit, nothing will break. So players might go for the spit so they don't have to play the Leagues Cup. You never know. The casual guy saying, you would think that this U.S. Soccer Federation will use college stadiums and market towards that demographic that the current team's age, aka student discount. Yeah, me and Pete actually talked about this years ago, and we talked about it again last year. We talked about it a few times, how we really, really wanted them to try to appeal to that market and grow. And I mean, Pochettino talked about the college football atmosphere. You get it. It's mostly college students, right? But no, they they saw a good opportunity to cash in on the Korean fans here. That's what it
Yep.
was.
That's 100% what this is.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Simon saying ready for Arvstinho in the World Cup. Here, I have a question for you. Actually, he's playing Dest in Arvston in the Gold Cup. He would have Freeman stay because he likes to keep a back three. Who is he gonna keep deep on that back three in possession? Who is he gonna keep?
No, if it's Dest, that would be the most Pochettino thing. If it's Dest, he's like, listen, Dest, we don't want you to bomb forward because we need Max Arfson getting up the field. So you stay home and defend. That would be so Pochettino. But then, truth be told, if you have Arfson stay home and defend, he can't defend. So you're asking him to do something he can't do.
Or do you think he will possibly um he'll possibly have maybe Tyler drop deeper on the build out for back three?
Could be. I guess we'll see. This is the first
But
time
then
we've
but
seen
then
Dest and
Arfston
Arfson
and Des
together.
will provide the width, then what? Then Weah and Luna will tuck inside?
The question is Pulisic or Luna playing centrally? That's what I want to know.
Oh yeah, we'll find out soon. Well, he's gonna drift inside for sure, I'm assuming.
Who, Luna? Pulisic?
Pulisic for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how is he gonna set up this team because he had Alex Freeman stay back.
Yeah.
And so according to Peacock, Pulisic is the 10. Obviously, I'm assuming they could be guessing, right?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I actually don't know what they're gonna do. Let's see here. SVGFTW saying cashing in on Korean fans on the night they're supposed to be honoring Michael Bradley. It's all about the money. They're also honoring Michael Bradley, I think, mainly because we're playing in New York or New Jersey in this case. He
Yeah.
works for the
That's
Red Bulls right now. They're saying is Balogun not on the bench? According to FootMob, he is, but according to Peacock, he's not.
Let me see. Yeah, on FODMOB he is.
This is
I
weird.
don't know. It's all very confusing.
Yeah. So everyone, if you haven't already, make sure to drop a like in the stream. Let's try to get 400 likes. It's free, takes a second. The game will start in roughly, I guess, a minute. It's about to start. We're already 5 minutes late, 7 minutes late. Oh yeah, Balogun's not on the bench.
Great. So if we need a goal,
Damian
Luca
Downs.
de la Torre.
By the way, just to make one thing clear about Damian Downs, I've watched 2 games with him for Southampton so far. 2 games that he played. He came off the bench. Did not look good. And I didn't watch him in the second Bundesliga, but in the EFL Championship so far, hasn't looked good. I'm willing to be patient. It's obvious. I watched him probably 45 minutes roughly in the championship so far because he keeps coming off the bench. But I didn't like what I saw so far. According to OneFootball, they all have Balogun on the bench. Oh, he is on the bench. I see him. I just saw a recording. Balogun's there. Roldan is there. Yeah, Balogun's on the bench, Pete. I see him.
Okay, good. So at least we have one guy we can bring off if we need a goal.
Yep. And then don't be greedy saying, wait, he was comparing a college football game. Good luck. A lot of pro sports can't compete. That is true. College football experience in the United States might be the strongest in terms of sports culture, right? It definitely beats even the NFL. But that's what Pochettino commented about. He was in a college football game during opening weekend, which was last weekend, and he said that he was jealous, that he wanted to have that for himself in the U.S. And someone needs to tell him he won't even have that in the World Cup. He won't. Okay, he won't have it. They're saying, are we predicting Pulisic ghosting today? I don't
Hopefully
know.
not.
Yeah, hopefully not. And he has a lot of like,
He has some making up to do.
yeah, he does need to make up for skipping the summer and putting fuel to the fire of the stupid drama in his documentary. I hope Pulisic goes for a brace, assist, plays well today. It'll be an important game. And we just started here, Pete, trying to figure out. So Way is on the left wing. Luna is apparently central.
All
I
right,
think,
I'm going to be in and out attack. Now that the game has started, so let's go.
yeah, let's see if Des is going to be sitting super deep. But anyhow,
Ah,
Pete, in and out whenever you want.
all right.
All right, everyone. See you. See Pete. Pete, see you soon. Let's go back to the game. Let me leave my notes here. And let's get to it. So I am at 45 seconds right now. 45 seconds here. And Pulisic's on the right wing. Luna is playing central. Weah is playing as a left winger. Okay, so that's the setup. What I'm looking for in possession, and this is what you guys should be watching for, when we are in possession, does Arston bomb forward and Des stay back? Do they both bomb forward? Because if he keeps Des back in the back three, this guy's completely clueless. And here comes Tim Weah down the left wing. Weah down inside to Diego Luna. That goes back to Arston. Let's see how we're set up. So now maybe we're not with the back three in possession. Maybe we're just playing with Reem, Arston, back to Tim Ream. United States here in possession against South Korea. Walter the Epic said, bro, what happened? What happened? There's no way something happened. I'm at 148 right now. Are you guys ahead of me? Okay, Korea here at the ball. They take the ball away. It wasn't Sargent that missed it. They go long. That is Blackman, heads it to Tyler. Tyler dispossessed. Oh boy. Oh boy. In between. Matt Freeze, what a save. Son was on a 1v1 with Matt Freeze, and he just was able to save it. Son tried to dribble past Matt Freeze. Brilliant save, but the ref called a foul regardless. So free kick for South Korea. That's a bit of a weird call from the ref because you play advantage, right? You play advantage. I'm on Peacock. I am literally on Peacock right now. I can check on my iPad if it's faster, but dude, I am on Peacock. Okay, let me see here. There's no way I am that behind. Okay, free kick here for Korea. I'm going to try TNT and see if that's ahead because it doesn't freaking make sense. I'm literally on Peacock right now, just like all of you. Free kick here. South Korea. Ball delivered. Son settles. Cuts inside again. Tyler Adams steals the ball for the United States. Okay. Fallen Phoenix saying, if Pulisic doesn't score, we lose. Also, plus and minus on Sargent getting 15 touches. He should get more, right? We do have Luna. We do have Pulisic. We do have Weah. The ball should be able to get there. I mean, I know he's playing also with Berhalter, but I mean, should be able to. Let me see TNT here. TNT. Where's TNT? Does anyone know what channel TNT is? I always forget. TNT. All right, TNT. Watch. No. All right, found it. So on TNT right now, I'm going to give you guys my time. I am at it's the same crap. It's 4:06. So I'm sorry, I'm going to be delayed. I don't know why. I'm going to be delayed. We're just going to have to watch it here. Okay, Korea in possession here. We're defending on a 4-2-3-1. What I haven't still figured out is if in possession we are actually holding a back three and who stays, but it looks like it's just usually Blackman and Tim Ream. That's kind of what it looks like in possession. Korea tries to go long. Blackman clears it. I don't know in terms of Sargent being able to get 15 touches. So far, we're not looking very good. It's only 5 minutes into the game, but we're not looking good early. I don't want to overreact because it is just 5 minutes. But Korea has looked better for whatever that's worth. It is also some chunk of the game. It's not like I'm analyzing 1 minute here. But so far, a little bit of a shaky start. All right, Korea here with the ball. Moving it one way, another. Ball goes down to the left. They try to go long, and they keep trying to lob the ball towards whoever's with Blackman. I don't know if it's on purpose. Saying, Tack, watch it on antenna. I need to get an antenna. Should my TV have an antenna? Oh, my goodness. So Blackman just passed it to Freeze under pressure, who passed it to Tim Ream, and Tim Ream just got blocked. That's a goal kick for the U.S. 6 minutes into the game. Saying, is Arfston starting? Yes, Arfston is starting on the left back. Max Arfston is starting. They're saying, though, yes, they're probably mostly Korean fans in the stadium. 6 minutes here, goal kick for the United States. Tim Ream. The tickets were over $200. That's what people were reporting. The cheapest ones. The cheapest tickets were over $200. Serginho Dest takes the throw in to Pulisic to Dest. Good 1-2. Dest still has it. Dest, Sargent, and Sargent loses, but Christian Pulisic tries to find Sargent. He can't. Serginho Dest finds Sargent. Sargent cuts out Dest and dispossessed. Korea will get the ball. Actually, no. Arfston still has it. Arfston. Pulisic in between freaking 3 or 4 Koreans right there. And Son tracks back and just freaking takes the ball. Tyler Adams. No foul. Play it on. What is that pass? What, Luna, why are you going all the way back? Certified Chad saying, are they playing in Korea? No, playing in New Jersey. We're in the Red Bull Arena, or Sports Illustrated Stadium, as they call it these days. I thought Sports Illustrated had gone bankrupt. Apparently they haven't. Apparently they even have a lot of money. They got the naming rights of the Red Bull Arena. Sports Illustrated. Tyler Adams. Back to Tim Ream. So, where is Des? Yeah, Des did bomb forward. It looks like Tyler stayed a bit. Pulisic, good spin from Christian Pulisic to Dest. Serginho Dest. And the Korean defense able to clear it again. Oh, Tyler, don't lunge in like that. Don't do that. Very good move from Pulisic. I'll just say one thing. Pulisic has started off the game pretty well, in my opinion. I think he's been fine. Tyler needs to be a bit smarter with that. Can easily get a quick yellow. That's the center back from Bayern. Is he down? What's his name? Kim Min Jae? I don't know how to pronounce these Korean names. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's the Bayern center back, the backup Bayern center back, but still quality center back right there. Let's see if anyone else here. So Steven Spot is saying, I might not watch the game. I'm still debating it in the 16th minute. In the 16th minute. We're at the 9th minute. We're not in the 16th minute yet. Well, if you missed the game, tomorrow we have the 7 things we learned video, and then, well, once we have that, you'll know mostly of what happened in the game. While we're waiting, because the game is paused right now due to a Korean player being injured. Tak, do you like K-pop? No, not a big fan. In terms of like Korean culture or I guess shows or K-pop are like the singers, right? The singers. I liked Squid Games. That's about it. I don't think I've watched anything else or listened to anything else from Korea. Uh, Squid Games is the TV show, obviously. I know they're not singers. Okay, Korea here will have the ball 10 minutes into the game. Korea start off clearly better the first 5 minutes. Then after that, the past 4 to 5 minutes or so, it's been kind of even, pretty balanced. That's why I didn't want to overreact to the first 5 minutes. But just being honest, not a very promising start from the United States so far. We're also allegedly playing at home. Oh boy, here comes Korea down the left. Dest, good defending there. That's going to be a corner kick for Korea. Good recovery from Serginho Dest. So he can defend. I told you guys, he can defend. They're glazing Berhalter. The commentary, where are you watching? Where are they glazing Berhalter? He hasn't done anything. Steven Spada saying Korean food is good. So far, from what I had, it's really freaking good, Korean food. Korea, cross goes in, cleared by Sargent. Pulisic got fouled. No, he didn't get fouled. The ref said play on. But Pulisic recovers it. Tim Weah tries to go long, and Korea recovers the ball once again. Aaron Alexander is saying HBO is already glazing Berhalter. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's like they have to like push it for some reason. Okay, Berhalter now with the ball. Great pass to Blackman. I'm joking. It was a normal pass. I'm just trying to glaze him too. Isn't that what we should? Would I get paid if I started glazing these guys? It might be worth it, right? Since we're going to suck, I might as well get paid. Who do they want me to glaze? Who do they want me to start to glaze? Am I going to get all these other sponsorships, money from the Federation MLS? Is that what's going to happen if I just glaze specific players? I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't do it. I'm a professional hater. There's not enough money. I mean, they want to pay me to hate on players. I'm good at that. I heard I'm the best, even though I'm very fair. I might be the most fair of them all. Because I don't hate. I don't. I don't hate on the players, right? I hate the bad players. But everyone, make sure to drop a like. We have over 1,000 people here for a long time, and we only have 200 likes. So if you kindly could get it to 300, 400, 500, you hit the like button, more people come to the stream. It's a great way to help the channel grow, help this community grow. So I appreciate you all for that. Okay, Korea here in possession, 13 minutes down the left. They still have the ball. They're moving one way and another. They look better than us. Tim Weah, a good tackle. Hit the security guy. Should apologize, Weah. Say sorry. No manners. No manners. Kevin Campbell is saying, if their names weren't Berhalter and Klinsmann, would they be anywhere near this roster? Let me change that question. Well, not names, right? Because they probably would have been. Klinsmann is in the roster. I haven't really watched him play in the second division of Italy, so I don't freaking know. No comment there. You might have a point. Oh, bad giveaway from Korea. Sebastian Berhalter. What is... That's a weak-ass shot. Holy crap. Trying to hurt the goalkeeper. That was a very weak shot. The goalkeeper defended it in slow motion. Need to work out those legs, Sebastian. Need to work out those legs. Not going to score by hitting a shot that weak. Just watch the replay. The goalkeeper was like in slow motion defending it. But very bad giveaway. Good press from the U.S. Good press from the U.S. They probably wouldn't be in the roster. Steven Spada say, mirror, mirror on the wall, is Tack the fairest glazer of them all? I am. As I said already, I am. Someone said here that I get a cut for every transfer fee of the players that I glaze. I don't really glaze many players. And if I got a cut of the transfer fee, like a very small percentage, I would be set. I don't get crap. I'm doing it for the love of the game. Doing it for the love of the game. I'm hating for free. I'm glazing for free. I'm doing it all for free. Well, not for free. YouTube pays it, but not getting paid by anyone outside. Oh, here comes South Korea. Reem, good. Okay. Saved by Matt Freeze. I think Arston was the one that recovered there for Tim Ream. It was Arston. Free Jeff. What happened with Jeff? Jeff, I did not block your super chats. That is not true. I can't do that, actually. I can. Oh, Serginho Dest, no options. I did not block his super chats. That is not true. I either have to fully block him or not block him at all. I didn't block his super chats. That is not true. Blackman, Tim Ream, Tim Weah. 16 minutes. Weah with the ball. Cuts inside. Berhalter to Arston. Berhalter to Arston. Oh, bit of a weird pass. Good recovery from Arston. Blackman finds Tyler Adams, 16 minutes, 15 seconds. Out wide to Christian Pulisic. Goes by the first one. Ah, that was the wrong run from Sargent. Now the U.S. Korea is sitting very deep right now. Very, very deep. Tyler Adams. Sebastian Berhalter. Tim Weah. U.S. controlling Korea for a bit. Diego Luna, good ball to Weah. Weah with the cross, and it's going to land right. It's deflected. And then the Korean goalkeeper is able to hold on to the ball. Looking a bit better, the United States right there. Good ball movement, right? That could have been a very dangerous cross. It just got deflected. Not bad. Not bad. Can't really complain about that, right? I wish it ended in a legitimate goal scoring opportunity, but I thought that was good. I thought that was pretty good from the U.S. But again, we have to create meaningful chances here if we want to try to get something out of this game. We have to get something, right? 17 minutes and 20 seconds. Korea with the ball here down the left. Now just in possession. Ball goes through to Son. Oh my goodness, that was on Blackman. Son and 1-0 Korea. 1-0 Korea. That was Blackman, wasn't it? Son just scored. So MLS defender couldn't stop MLS forward Son. Who would have thought? He's not off. He's not off. It was Blackman. I need to watch the replay again. Was that on Blackman or not? Yeah, he was the one on Son. It was Blackman. Yep. So 1-0 for Korea. Good job, United States. Again, this is a friendly, so it's not really about the result, but the performance itself hasn't been great from the U.S. from the beginning. Before they conceded, we actually had a good moment where the U.S. did had a good build out, and we actually created something out of it. Not really a legitimate goal scoring opportunity. It's Blackman, right? Yeah. Yep, it's him. Tristan Blackman. So, how's the test going with Tristan Blackman? You guys think he's been doing well? Okay, let me actually go back to my notes. Tim Weah with the ball. Arfston. We're so fucked in the World Cup, and I apologize for my French. Christian Pulisic goes wide, tries a cross, earns a corner for the United States. So Steven Spada, are we actually playing decent? No, Steven, we're not playing decent. We had one decent moment right before Korea scored, actually, right before, but we're not playing decent. Low Kotri is saying there's a large, affluent Korean community about 15 minutes away from the stadium, which may explain why so many Koreans are in the stands. Yeah, there's also a lot of Americans in the U.S., but we still don't go. It's also in New Jersey, right? It's close to New York. There's people from all over the world in New York. Steven Spot is saying, I jinxed us. Crap. You didn't jinx us. TB saying, is this game in Seoul? No, New Jersey. New Jersey, very far from Seoul. As far as it can get. You see Pulisic raise hands after Berhalter's weak shot. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, I'm not being a hater. That shot from Berhalter was ridiculously weak. It was like as if I shot it, right? Was he trying to hurt the goalkeeper with that? It was terrible. Kevin Campbell is saying, why do you leave Richards on the bench for Blackman? It's beyond my small brain. Yeah, also keep in mind, you're also getting Chris Richards all the way from Europe. Why do you bring him? Just leave Chris Richards in Europe then. Why do you make him travel to bench him for a terrible center back? I'm sorry. That Tristan Blackman, it ain't it. Oh, boy. United States in possession. Yeah, I don't know what Pochettino's trying to do. Jeff Carey's saying, my super chats are being blocked by one of your moderators. This is blocked saying Korean chicks are hot. Hey, moderators, don't need to block Jeff Carey's super chats. If it's inappropriate, I won't show it. So far, Jeff has not crossed the line. I mean, he's crossed the line a few times. And I was going to say we let it slide, but that would be a very poor choice of words when it comes to Spicy Jeff. But don't need to block his super chats. It's okay. If he goes way too far, I just won't put it on screen. TB is saying Korea and Japan are miles ahead of U.S. soccer. I wouldn't say Korea is miles ahead, but they're clearly better than us right now. At least with this coach and with the players that he's selecting. We do have better options that were left at home. Diego Luna. Vokra is saying, have to ask myself if it's worth buying into this team come next summer. Watching this team feels like a grind. I don't know if buying into this team would be the right way to put it. I'm definitely going to, I mean, we're all going to be watching the U.S. in the World Cup while we host it, right? We have to do it. But if you're me, if you're talking about buying tickets for the games, if you're talking about betting money on this team, probably not. I wouldn't bet on this team. I wouldn't bet it. And I'm a really good guy. I'm really good when it comes to betting. I'm one of the best people out there when it comes to betting. When I go to Vegas, they always lose money. I make money off Vegas. I could pretty much move to Vegas and just live off betting, gambling. I'm really good at it. Because gambling is not about luck. It really isn't. Carrillo with the ball. Goes back. They move the ball so much better than us. They look like a proper team, Korea. And I mean, look, Korea's a good team, but this ain't no powerhouse, right? Sorry, guys, have to take some notes here. After all, we do have a video for tomorrow, the 7 things we learned about this shit show. Yeah, about Diego Luna, this is a game that he's being tested once again because he hasn't really performed against good opponents. He only performs against the Guatemalas of the world. And so far, Luna has not passed the test. Barney's saying, how can you take this federation seriously when you start Blackman? I don't know. I don't know. I am actually even stunned that Blackman made the roster. It was crazy enough to me when Blackman made the roster. Son, and here comes Korea. Son got hit by Tyler or Sebastian Berhalter. Shot from Korea once again. Korea is just completely outplaying us at this point. Oh, we hit 400 likes in this stream. Thank you, everyone. Hopefully, we hit 500 soon, but thank you. So some people decided to use their finger. So thank you very much for that. Everyone that used their finger. He's saying blame MLS. Euro players have been doing great for us. I think you're being sarcastic. Um, they haven't been great. They haven't been great. But again, sometimes when you are a good player and you're surrounded by crap players, your level just naturally drops. And I'm not gonna like say the Euro players are doing fine. They're not. Like Christian Pulisic has been okay so far in the game. If I'm being completely honest, Sargent has not been good. Tyler has been a bit too hectic. Had a bad giveaway again. Second bad giveaway from Tyler Adams. Two bad giveaways from Tyler Adams. That's already two bad giveaways from Tyler. Ooh. UB saying, what the F? The LA Council lady said Son would help the United States. She did. Maybe he is helping. Maybe he is. Sargent found Pulisic. Pulisic found Weah. But Weah was off. He was off. He shot. The goalkeeper saved it, but he was off. Bronny's saying Pochettino has no tactics to break down this 5-4-1 fraud. I mean, Pochettino said that his tactics would be great for Barcelona. He had an interview this week and he said that his tactics would be great for Barcelona, but he doesn't want to coach Barcelona because he's an Espanyol fan. Because Barcelona really wants Pochettino. He just doesn't want them. Okay? They're saying Breg Gerhalt. They're saying Luna's invisible. I don't know why he starts over Zendejas. Well, Luna got points for hustling a lot for the national team and beating up minnows, but his leash should be getting really short right now because he wasn't good against Switzerland. He wasn't good against Turkey. He wasn't good against Mexico, and so far he hasn't been good. Serginho Dest, good play, finds Pulisic. Pulisic back to Luna. Luna, that's where the play kind of goes to die and just goes back. And terrible pass from who's 15? Oh, Blackman. I was like, who's 15 again? Blackman with the terrible pass to Dest. Brazilian Fury saying also, hey, 2 years of being here as a member. Congrats, Chris. 2 years of a member of Tactical Manager. Thank you very much. Brazilian Fury, great channel, by the way, guys. I mean, you all should know him by now. We've had him on a few times. Great channel. Rocco's saying they'd be killing Johnny if he played like Blackman. I mean, I hope they're killing Blackman. Terrible on the ball, offers nothing on the ball, at fault at the goal. Just a completely useless player for the national team. Okay. Steven Spot is saying the range of ticket prices is $60 to $60,000. We haven't done anything to prepare both on and off the pitch. Our World Cup is going to suck. I think the event itself, the World Cup, is going to be fine. The United States knows how to put on a show, so it'll be fine. With FIFA organizing in the US, it'll be fine. Now, in terms of ticket prices, yeah, it's always out of control here in the US. And $60 are going to be probably the crap games, like Panama versus Uzbekistan. It's going to be $60. Every good game is going to be hundreds. I don't know, probably more, probably like thousands of dollars. The really good games. So when they say $60 to 60,000, I don't think it was 60,000. I thought it was $60 to 6,000. The $60 tickets, because they're going to use like smart pricing, whatever the hell that means. It's going to be the really, 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 really bad games, the ones you don't want to go watch, but people will end up buying it anyway and selling out the World Cup games just because you want to experience a World Cup game. Stephen Galley saying Tack, as always, thanks for what you do. We may not have much of a team, but we have each other. My favorite way to watch the game. Yeah, at least we can all watch the game together. I remember when I started doing live watch-alongs, I started doing it so I could watch it with U.S. fans without having to leave my home too. And it was kind of fun, and it's been growing with y'all, and it's been pretty entertaining to follow along. It's been disappointing for sure with the U.S. We had a lot of ups and downs. What I'm hoping for is that, look, the expectations for the World Cup, they're going down a lot with the United States national team. What I'm hoping for is that we get a pleasant surprise when the World Cup comes up. That's what I'm hoping for. Martel saying, if you use 2+ MLS outfield players, the U.S. men's national team goes down a level. There's no USMNT level players in MLS right now. No, I talked about this before, how there are players in MLS. The best players in MLS would be in the U.S. roster, and many of them would even start for the U.S., right? A fit Ricky Puig would start for the U.S. Lionel Messi, I don't have to get into that. There are many other players in MLS that would start for us. It's just that the best players in Major League Soccer, they're not American. The best players in MLS are not American. That's the truth. But no one wants to talk about that. Jeff Carey saying, "Você tem sorriso lindo." He said that I have a beautiful smile. I agree, Jeff. That's also one of the reasons why they call me taller and better looking Tom Cruise. Taller and better looking Tom Cruise. So we got 15 minutes to go here in the first half. There's still time for the U.S. to try to bounce back here. The game's been kind of even ever since Korea scored. Korea had like one chance. We also had one with Weah that he was offside. But we'll see. Joe is saying, 1, every time the ball goes to an MLS player, it kills the offense. 2, MLS is using USF to promote playing in MLS, gets a call. Our spacing sucks. Okay, I'm not going to go into the conspiracy theories of that. I don't think there's an MLS quota. I do think there's definitely some influence from MLS into the national team. I don't know to what extent. But I agree with the portion where anyone that's played soccer knows this. Sometimes you play with players that just make you better. Usually when you play with better players, it'll make you just better in general. They make the right runs off the ball. The passes that go to you are just much better. They have a better touch. So even if you fuck up the pass a little bit, they figure it out. It's just like when you play with better players, there's this saying in Brazil, more specifically, that good teams can make bad players look good. They usually say that for those center forwards that score tap-ins, while bad teams can make a very good player look like crap. And yeah, when you have like these European players, not European players, there's some players that play for the US that play in Europe that are not very good, that are even worse than the MLS-based ones. But when you have some very good players like Pulisic, Dest, Tyler, Weah, playing with some scrubs around them, they're going to look worse. That is factual. They will probably look worse. Tyler Adams with the ball, 34 minutes. Tyler, can't find anyone. Tim Ream. I was going to say Tim Weah, but it was Tim Ream. Blackman. Tim Ream with the ball. Out wide to Arfston. And back to Tim Ream. Is anyone going to make things happen? Diego Luna, where the fuck are you? You're supposed to be the 10. Like we've seen Gio Reyna make things happen. Who's going to be the playmaker? Is it going to have to be Tim Ream? It's probably going to have to be Tim Ream. And Tim Ream tries to stretch it long to Dest. It's cleared by the Korean defense. And Korea will try to play out of the back. Luna with the press. And Korea still has the ball. They just look like a better team. We're out of ideas. We had one moment in this game where we moved the ball well. I don't know why we stopped doing that. Jeff Carey say tack. Jeff, you can't keep hitting on me in Portuguese. You can't. I also don't play for that team. I don't play for that team. You need to find a man that likes man. And I'm sure you'll find someone. Okay, Jeff? All right, Korea with the ball once again. U.S. press is not working. Do you guys think that Pochettino would get fired if we lose to Korea and Japan? Because if we lose to Korea, I don't see how we beat Japan. Japan is on a different level. They are better than Korea. I mean, anything can happen in soccer. I'm fully aware of that. But we're going to face a much tougher opponent on Tuesday. Son goes back. Korea with the ball. My oh my. And Matt Freeze will hold the ball. Steven Spot is saying the $60 tickets are probably watch parties, not even the stadium. I have a feeling the World Cup will be a repeat of Argentina versus Colombia CONMEBOL final, but like times 100. I doubt that'll happen again. I was there, right? I recorded the Colombians and Argentines invading the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. I doubt that'll happen again. It was a lot of mistakes that were made surrounding the stadium. They didn't really isolate the area. They put the game on a big screen outside of the stadium, so there were people there that just watching and didn't have tickets. They also didn't know how to handle the 3 to 4 guys, I think, that like invaded the stadium, something like that. So I don't think that'll happen again. Diego Luna to Barston to Luna. Luna switches it. Why? What was that switch? Serginho Dest to Tyler Adams. Pulisic. Luna to Pulisic. Oh, Pulisic, bad touch. Bad touch from Christian Pulisic. And look how easily Korea just like surrounds our team. Did Sebastian Berhalter get hit near his cheek? Did you guys see that? What was that on Sebastian Berhalter's cheek? Did someone punch him? Did anyone else see that? It looked like someone punched Sebastian Berhalter. That looked very painful. Nick Kruger is saying, just got here. How bad is it? Okay, it's not that bad. It's a very mediocre performance from the US. And we're down 1-0, but Korea didn't create much more. They created maybe 1 or 2 more chances. It's just very mediocre and poor against an opponent that is not really meant to do anything special in the World Cup. It's an opponent that will probably get out of their group, like they got torched by Brazil in the last World Cup. So it's not good, but we haven't been a disaster for whatever that's worth. It's just not good. Son, who gave the ball away? Was it Arfston? Son just beat Arfston. Son, such a good player. Son is so good. Korea with the ball. And they reset the entire play. 39 minutes. Korea 1. United States 0. Famous is saying, you sound dumb, tactical manager. No, I don't. I disagree with you. I don't think I do. I disagree with you. Pat saying, just got back from grocery store, and for some reason, Josh Sargent's pick was on my milk. Is he missing? Oh, okay. I actually believed you there for a second. Yeah, he hasn't really touched the ball much. I don't know how much he's into it, but let me actually see how many touches has Sargent had so far. Let's see. Josh Sargent in this game. Can anyone guess? Do not look it up. Can anyone guess? Josh, oh, he actually had 10 touches. That's actually more than I expected. I expected like 3 to 4 touches from Sargent, but apparently he had 10. I was hoping for, Serginho Dest. Good move from Dest. Go Weah. Ah, Weah. Oh, he shoots it. He missed the target. Oh, my goodness, Weah. Good play from Serginho Dest. At least someone does something. Not a great shot from Weah, but good play from Serginho Dest at least, I guess. Okay, Korea again with the ball. Son through the middle. Korea playing with one man up top. Korea, they just move the ball so much better than us. It's unfreaking believable. Rocco's saying, "Are we ever going to beat a World Cup level team?" I don't know, man. Are we with Pochettino? Remember when we were asking for the signature win? Now it's not even the signature win. Now we want to beat a World Cup team, but we can't even beat a World Cup team. Not even that. Son settles it. Berhalter on him. Son, too easy, too easy, too easy, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. 2-0 for Korea. This is actually embarrassing. So Korea got the ball. Son, no pressure. 1-2. Reem Blackman beat Arfston. Korea, South Korea is running circles around us. A pretty good goal. Let's be real here. That was a pretty good goal right there. Pretty nice goal. Okay, 2-0 Korea going into halftime. The humiliation never ends. Kevin Campbell saying Arfston, Blackman, Berhalter, the glaring weak links. They're up there for sure. We've been shit in general. I don't think you should put Luna out of it. Completely useless through the middle. Joe, our spacing is too far. Long passes allow Korea to close in the press. We need to start deeper. Use our wingers for pace to break the lines. Yeah, but Joe, here's the thing too. There has to be someone that can pick a pass through the middle. Tyler Adams ain't that player. Sebastian Berhalter, barely a professional player. And Diego Luna, I don't know what he's doing today. So there's the problem too. We have nothing through the middle. We have no midfield right now. Pulisic's having to drift inside and try to figure something out. Barney's saying, deport Pochettino, please, Trump. Dusty Watsy saying, was thinking about going to World Cup game with the U.S. men's national team. Now I think I'll just take a nice vacation in the summer instead. I wouldn't go to the games if I were you. I would watch the games. I wouldn't go to them. Steven Spot is saying, I guess my question is, how are we going to deal with the crowds of the event? We do crowd management. Well, it's to Korea. So you're saying how? I don't know how they're going to deal with it logistically. That I don't know. But again, I think when you're asking about the World Cup, I think we will be fine. Okay, here comes. Could it end 3-0? Son. Sargent recovers it for the U.S. Anton is saying Weah sucks. Aside from maybe speed, what does he actually do? Weah is very one-dimensional. We talked about this. He can work. If you have a good team surrounding him, you can use his speed, and he will be a useful player, but he's very one-dimensional. TB is saying Son and Park Ji-sung or Donovan and Pulisic. Son and Park Ji-sung. Like, Son and Park Ji-sung are literally both better than Donovan and Pulisic. Korea at plus 235 was easy money. Seriously, that it was paying that much? I should have put money on Korea. I didn't know that. Adam is saying we need BJ back. David is saying no doubt who the world-class player is on the pitch. Son. Son is by far the best player. It's clear. Like even Pulisic, that's a great player, very good player, best American player. When Son has the ball, it's pretty damn clear who's the better player. Diego Luna gets the ball, doesn't freaking know what to do with it. Finds Pulisic. Pulisic shoots it over the crossbar. Okay. Holy cow, say I see we've reached the hero ball portion of these match for Pulisic. We only get like 2 players quality, Pulisic and Dest. Everyone else sucks. I'm sorry. Yep. Volker say, I'm so glad Pochettino brought all these MLS players because the league is more competitive than the Estonian league or something. Yeah, the league is better than a few leagues in Europe. Like MLS is definitely better than the San Marino league. It's not even close. MLS would destroy that league. But again, you make choices and consequences come from it. Keeping Tabs is saying we're fucked. No wins against top 25 teams in 6 years. Is that true? I actually would like to write down that stats. No wins versus top 25 teams in 6 years. I'll look that up. I know we beat Morocco, but I think Morocco wasn't top 25 at the time. That's what you're saying, right? Tristan Blackman, we're getting cooked by an MLS player. Yeah, Son is not really MLS level. That guy is levels above. He plays in MLS, but he's levels above. Son is a beast of his own. Anton is saying, at this point, bring Jose Mourinho, park the bus and counter. Stop trying to play in the middle when the player sucks. Maybe just put Christian Pulisic down the middle, Zendejas out wide, and not Diego Luna at the 10, right? Maybe just do that. So quickly here, going to put our Korean correspondent here, Albert Kim. Albert, Pete's going to be here in a second, but I want to get your take very quickly on one thing. Did you expect it to be this easy? Because you guys are kind of running circles around us.
Bro, it's time for Poch to get fired. You're making us look like prime Man City. I mean, Weah's been like the most dangerous player, I think, sometimes on the left side, but I mean, defensive breakdowns, it's bad, man. It kind of saddens me too, because I'm also a USMNT fan, but that was bad. What do you want me to say? Look at Poch on the sidelines. He's just like shrugging.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect you to say less than that. It's been because the thing was, we talked about this in the preview, how Korea hasn't been great lately either. So we were expecting this to be much closer. And when I look at these two teams play, Korea actually looks like a team. When they move the ball, there's a purpose in every pass. Son is clearly levels above even a player like Christian Pulisic. It's pretty noticeable. For anyone that disagrees, I don't care. It's pretty obvious. But Korea actually looks like a team. Every pass has a purpose. They move into space. They create. They play. We look like a bunch of players that just got together A few of them are just a few levels below, so they can't really blend in very well. Like Sebastian Berhalter, Blackman. I don't know what that guy's doing there. He's complete and utter shit. There's no other way to put it. Arfston can't defend. Luna can't be the 10. Weah is super one dimensional. He's dangerous because of his speed, but he's very one dimensional. I don't know. There was like one good moment from the U.S. in the first half that we moved the ball well. One where Weah got across and it got blocked. And besides that, I didn't see anything else. And Pete, what are your thoughts here? I don't think you have much positivity as well.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I mean, you put a lineup like that out with, excuse me, Berhalter and Luna supposed to do the creating. You have that back line, which is just atrocious. Like that second goal, Ream culpable, Arson culpable, Blackman culpable on both goals. Adams and Berhalter just stood there and allowed them to get split on the initial pass. The speed of play that South Korea is bringing to the table, right? The way they pass the ball so quickly and with such intention and purpose, they combine so quickly across the field. Bam, 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 bam. We get the ball and we're like looking up, waiting for the next pass, make a sideways pass. It's so slow and ponderous. It's so easy for South Korea to then shift into a defensive posture very easily. And then when we lose the ball, South Korea, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, bam, now they're in a scoring position. That's quality. But if you have a back line like that, you're not going to be able to defend against that quality.
Yeah. I mean, and I had Albert talk, Pete, before you came in, mainly if he was expecting, because he can speak on behalf of South Korea, how they haven't been great lately. So we're actually playing a South Korean side that's been struggling. But when we're facing them right now, it doesn't look like they're struggling at all. And you guys are missing Kang Lee, right? Kang Lee?
Yeah, he's on the bench. Our number 8, number 6, Hwang-in-bom of Feyenoord's not even playing right now, so it could have been worse. It might get worse because Kang-in's probably going to come on later in the game. We're probably going to put on a real number 9. Sonny might move out wide a bit. I don't know. I mean, I'm already seeing people melting down on USMNT Twitter right now. So I again, we've been bad. We've been tying teams like Palestine, Oman, like
Jordan.
This is a disgrace from Pochettino. And the fact that he's just sitting there like it's not his fault is pretty shameful. Like this might be the one game where Korea uses just to get all its confidence back for the past two years since the Asian Cup.
It's pretty crazy to me what you said. Like Korea tied Palestine, Oman, Jordan, and then the U.S. is playing technically at home, even though Korea definitely has the home crowd advantage.
It looks like a home game for us too.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's in the United States,
of course.
And it's literally like it looks like Korea is clearly the better side. There's no doubt. And well, Albert, I know you have your own stream too. If you have to go, you can go there. And everyone,
I'm all right now for now.
Yeah, and then also everyone can go follow him on X right there. The handle is right there. Pete, let me ask you one thing. What did you think of Diego Luna so far?
Anonymous, right? I mean, the problem with Luna is that we've seen now this is his 4th game against what you might call decent opposition, right? And I don't even think decent works for a team like Turkey, but let's say they are. Turkey, Mexico, Switzerland, and now South Korea. And he's been anonymous. And I think, look, should he be in the roster as number 26? Maybe. It depends. For me, if you have Reina playing well and Tillman healthy, Luna can't touch either of those guys. So he's here for now because Tillman is injured and Reina's not fit. But I think we need to pump the brakes on some of the Luna hype because what he's continuing to show us is that against CONCACAF minnows, he's fine, sort of like Jesus Ferreira. But against when you ratchet up the quality of the opposition, not to good, just to decent, he ghosts. And like, can we be honest? Pulisic has been ghosting today too. Like, what's Pulisic done today? Right?
I thought he looked good in the first 15 minutes. He looked fine, and then he started to play hero ball.
Well, yeah, but the whole thing comes about what is Pochettino's plan? Because he was talking earlier in the week how this team is really starting to understand what we're trying to do. So are they understanding it but not able to execute it? Is this what he's trying to do? Because then he says 2 days ago, I can't score goals or defend goals. So it's almost like he's just washing his hands of this team and going like, it's not my fault. I don't have good players. Well, maybe because you left a lot of the good players at home there, Pachi. And maybe you should have started Chris Richards and Tim Ream together so they could get minutes against quality opposition instead of giving freebies out to Tristan Blackman because your daddy Don Garber told you to.
And can we just like get rid of Sebastian Berhalter? Like that's
Dude,
not a
he's
good
been
player.
terrible. No, he's been awful. No, he has. Did you see that he got the ball in a good position, like in the 5th minute, and and he was trying to pass it, and he just gave it away under no pressure. He just gave it to the South Korean defender, just handed it to him.
Yeah, the
And he
problem
can't defend too. He gets turned so easily, and then is like chasing shadows.
right now we have too many players that are useless in possession.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. Right? Like, for example, Tyler Adams in possession, we know his limitations, but he has other things that he offers that if you have a good team surrounding him in possession, none of that gets exposed. And we see that with Bournemouth, right?
Yeah.
But when you have all these shit players around Tyler Adams, he gets exposed in possession because he has to start to make things happen on the ball. And we saw that. He had 2 bad giveaways.
Yes. Well, if you have Johnny sitting next to him instead of Sebastian Berhalter, now it's a different story, right? But it's just such a shame. Or another thing too is if you have a good passer of the ball like Chris Richards, he can actually take space with the ball at his feet, all right, into midfield, and now that forces a Korean defender to come and get him, which then creates more space in midfield. But because Blackman can't take space with the ball, you can just let him have it and just close down Adams instead and block passing lanes. So all of these things have a cumulative effect. The more terrible players you have in the team, the more the cumulative effect is upon the rest of the players. And now you're forcing your quote unquote good players to do too much, which maybe they're not capable of doing. And then the whole team just looks bad.
Yep.
Why is Sargent playing over Balogun too? That guy's done nothing all game.
No.
No, I mean, Sargent hasn't gotten any service, but even in the times where he has, he's been not great.
He's had.
I think we need to bring on Balogun for the second half.
Yeah,
And as far as other substitutions, I don't really know who to bring on because
there's not much on the bench. There's not much.
Well,
Harry
let's
there's
go
not
through.
much.
Let's go through the bench. Let's go through the bench. So Balogun for Sargent, that's one. Zendejas can go for Luna, and then
Yeah.
Pulisic can play
Richards
as a 10.
for Blackman.
Richards for Blackman, and honestly, McGlynn for Berhalter. McGlynn is better on the ball,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. So Zendaya, I'll make 4 substitutions right away because I know it's a friendly, so the result itself, it's not the biggest of deals, I guess, but it's been pretty freaking bad. And what is he testing at this point? They've been tested. These players have been tested. They failed. They failed against Turkey. They failed against Switzerland. They failed against Mexico. They're failing against South Korea. How many times they have to freaking fail? Oh, but they beat Guatemala, Pete.
Well, this would be the 7th loss in a year for Pochettino. 7th loss.
Poch is
hasn't
testing
beat-
how many
Go
games
ahead.
he can lose before he gets fired. That's about
Maybe he
it.
wants to get fired. He'll just get paid.
Yeah. Then he can sit around and wait for Real Madrid's call.
Yes.
He's been running his mouth all week talking about, I would never go to Barcelona. I'm an Espanyol fan. Oh, I love to coach Madrid. Like, what are you doing?
No,
Like,
and then when he's asked about his job, his actual job, he's like, "Oh, I can't do anything about this team."
Yeah, so we talked about the subs that we would make here. He also talked about Kang In Lee, which is the PSG player from South Korea. That's on the bench, by the way. He could come on, and that would definitely help South Korea. But here's the United States. No one really played well in the first half. Dest had one good moment down the right where he found a cross and found Weah. He pulled a Dest-like move. Besides that, it's been a complete disaster. Let me ask you guys.
No
Pete,
good
I
chances.
actually want to ask you this one here because it's something interesting how when we hear those shouts for Pulisic being world class, this and that. I'm watching Son play up top on his own, sometimes isolated, right? He would get the ball completely isolated. And every time I see that, he looks levels above even a player like Christian Pulisic. He knows when to hold the ball, when to progress it forward, how to do a proper 1-2. Just much
And he's
better player.
33, right? Like he's past his prime.
Yeah, this is not prime Son. Yeah.
No.
So can we all agree that this is the level of player we should aim for, that we should have? We don't have a single one at this level.
I don't think you should say that though, because Tim Weah might say you're evil, Tack.
I am evil.
He turned him evil.
Evil if you criticize this team. Evil.
I mean, I have a lot of respect for Wei, but I do think he doesn't know how to throw an actual punch. I've seen it. It wasn't good. That was not a
Or an actual turn of phrase.
Yeah, he also think about it for a second. Luis Suarez taught him instead of punching the player, just spit on him.
I will not endorse that publicly.
I didn't endorse it. I'm just saying that if it's to choose between punching or spitting, I'm always going to tell the person to spit. Punching can hurt the person, spitting won't.
Spitting is such a bitch move, though.
I know, but I told you that. If I punch you, I can break your teeth, your nose, knock you
Break my teeth.
out. What?
Break my teeth. That's fine. Don't spit on me.
Real quick, let me go through a few super chats because I'm falling behind. Ruben is saying Korea is playing like a team. USA is just 11 players on the field. I wouldn't call us 11 players on the field. We're probably around 7 players on the field. We're not 11. 11 is too much with these guys. All the world stage saying Korea taking all the anger over Johnny Somali. Who's Johnny Somali?
He's a influencer streamer who came to Korea and Japan and started harassing people in public. Then he got arrested in Korea. So
Is he still arrested?
he's still in jail. Yeah.
Why are you guys taking this off on us? The dude is arrested.
Well, he was going around like bothering people on public transport. He was actually also defacing property. So, like, yeah. But
Did he spit on anyone?
I think he was. He didn't spit on people, but he was like harassing people, pissing on the street, maybe like just being a general menace. So I think what they're saying is that typical American tourist, maybe or whatever, or typical foreign tourist. I don't know.
No, give him a long jail sentence. Fuck
It
that.
doesn't sound like the typical tourist of any country.
Yeah, well, you got to piss on this USMNT team. This is bad. I mean, I was excited, guys, for this home World Cup because I support the Korean team, but I grew up in the States too, so it's like I thought maybe we would have a joyful summer for once. But like if it's the money holding them back, then they got to get Arthur Blank to fund the Pochettino buyout because right now I take BJ Callaghan over him again.
Well,
Yeah,
the
that's
problem is not the money. The
up.
problem is where the money comes from. If the money comes from someone in MLS and MLS is paying the salary, we have a conflict of interest right there.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Which is concerning. So it's not just about Arthur Blank paying for the salary. That's a problem. Jeff
How
Carey
about
saying,
Tom Brady? He's kind of into soccer, and he's been talking about developing world-class players. And he's not connected to MLS. He owns, is it Coventry? He owns not
Birmingham,
Coventry. Birmingham, right? Be like, okay, dude, let's get rid of Pochettino and just give the team to Callahan. That's the best we've played in the last 5 years was BJ.
Yeah. At this point,
And he's done well enough with Nashville that you think it's not an outlier, right?
I mean, Pete, if we're gonna go last minute here, Jose Mourinho is available. He would just park the bus with these players, which honestly might be the best.
You should.
Honestly, that would be, and he would be so, cantankerous in any press conference. It would get viewed. Like the whole world would watch Mourinho coaching the U.S. And he would convince these guys they're the best. He would. Pochettino would be like, "You are the best. Follow me."
I'm gonna jump out. Good seeing you again, Pete. Philip, we'll talk later. I'm gonna
enjoy the second half. I'm sure I won't, but I hopefully you enjoy it.
Hang in there, guys. Hang in there.
Yeah, Jose Mourinho might be the best one too. Like the journalists would hate him for sure.
Oh yeah, he would shit all over MLS every press conference. Even if they didn't ask him, he'd be like, "I just want to say MLS not competitive for me. I think you have to be a winner. In MLS, you cannot be winner because everyone is winning always money, but no one is playing football." That would be every press conference.
I don't think there's any changes. No substitutions.
No, of course not. We're playing so well. Why would you substitute?
No, he still has to test the guys. He's still testing them. I think he's also testing our patience. He's testing everything. Jeff Carey saying the Korean culture includes a high regard for skincare and makeup for all genders. Okay, thank you, Jeff. Steven Spada fired the team. Zach Gaiman is saying Gio is not at his best, but we need him. He's literally the only creative playmaker. Sargent and Floating Balogun can be great if they get service. I think Tillman too. Gio and Tillman.
Yeah, I mean, Gio still needs to pick up the pace with his new team, right? Like, I'm fine with Gio not being in this roster. And it's unfortunate with Tillman because, I mean, he's not injured, but he's just coming back from injury. But it's like for the next camp, if Gio's playing regularly for Gladbach and Tillman's healthy, they should be our 2 10s. Like, there's
Yep.
no question about it.
Barney saying, I'm so glad I didn't go. I live in New Jersey. $600 safe. $600. Even if we were winning, this is not worth $600.
No.
TJ saying, could we save the World Cup by firing Pochettino? Look, it's what I was saying before. Firing Pochettino and hiring someone else is no guarantee of success. But right now, the way things are going, it's almost a guaranteed failure. So what you do is desperate times, desperate measures, you try something else. That's the main thing. There's no guarantee if you hire someone else, the problems will be solved. I mean, we had Berhalter and Pochettino didn't solve the problems. Matt Poliquin is saying Palestine is under, can't use this word here on YouTube, apparently, guys, and still tied Korea.
Yeah.
They did. And sorry
So
that I
that should
can't
tell
use the
you.
word. I'm trying not
But
to get my
we
channel shut down.
but we lose at home to the same Korea team.
Yep. Lose badly, right? Like they look like a better team. Like how Pochettino said it's not about the result, it's about how we play. I would say how we play and how they play, it's worse than the result because they
Yeah.
actually look like a team.
Yeah.
Blackman is shit. We know that. We knew that before camp. We talked about this and we were called MLS haters. Okay. Matthew Dominguez, Gio West, and Johnny midfield is the only way we compete. That would be a better midfield.
Who was that pass to?
You see Jurgen Klinsmann just laughing.
He's like cringing. He's like,
He's like,
those
what
are
are
his
all these
two X
MLS?
teams. His two X teams.
Oh yeah, and the MLS players. He's like, MLS not good enough. He's like, told
Yeah.
you guys.
Oh my God. Fucking
Oh.
Blackman. What was that header?
Oh. S27 says, you guys aren't giving enough value to MLS. He's joking. Video channel saying Pochettino's a double agent. He's not. Yeah, I don't know for who. He's not a double agent. He's doing his job. He's doing his job. His job's not to win games, guys. Steven Spada saying Pochettino needs to go after this match. He has one win against Trinidad and Tobago. Well, he beat Guatemala. He beat Trinidad and Tobago. He beat the CONCACAF minnows, and he beat Jamaica. But again, Jamaica is just something else. And then we have Jeff Carey saying, in Korea, male citizens aged 18 to 35 are required to complete mandatory military service and tax a beautiful man with nice thighs. Thank you, Jeff. Very weird comment. But Ray, thank you, Ray, also saying, what is even the point? Half of the dudes who should be starting aren't even with the club or with the team. Balogun's on the bench. What are we supposed to be doing? Ray, that's what me and Pete were asking. Like, what is the purpose of this camp? Who exactly is Pochettino testing? These are all players that you've seen. You have all that data with their clubs. You know who these players are. And a lot of them he already had in camp. Besides Blackman, I think all these players he's had in camp.
Yeah.
Who exactly is he testing?
No, this is ridiculous.
Oh, freaking.
All right, Tack. I'll see you in the post game, or I'll be in and out.
Yeah, you'll probably show up when Korea scores goal number 3. Yeah. Okay, see you soon, Pete. Okay, Trey saying the center mids are providing nothing to attack and can't push forward. Well, that's how Tyler plays. Now, Sebastian Berhalter should not be the other player there. It shouldn't be Sebastian Berhalter. And if it continues to go this way, Korea is going to get number 3 and number 4. Sargent is trash. Stop calling him up. Yeah, I mean, Sargent is getting another opportunity, and enough is enough at some point. Kylo is saying no Zendejas lost to Korea. Zendejas will probably be subbed in at some point, most likely for Diego Luna. That's what I'm assuming. That he'll come in for Diego Luna. Barney 7181. Juve, Atleti, Atalanta, Mönchengladbach, Leeds, Lyon, starters in Europe. Nope, we'll bring Berhalter, a 30-year-old center. 30-year-old? Oh, yeah, Tristan Blackman is almost 30. You're not talking about Ream. Barfston and company. Man's getting money from MLS. Yeah, well, we don't know that for sure, but there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Speaking of money, everyone, if you want to buy any Umbro product with 20% off, the link and promo code are in the description. It's the promo code TM20. That's the promo code. but the link is in the description of this video. So if you want to buy any Umbro product, the Guatemala jersey, El Salvador, use the link in the description of this video, the Umbro link, okay? And you can use it multiple times. As long as you use the link in the promo code, you can keep using it and getting 20% off. So have fun. Eric Leach is saying, when I said stack the team with MLS players, this is why. At least we would be getting what we expect. Now we're getting what we deserve. I beg the bar to put this on over college football. Oh boy, here comes Korea. Son, Matt Freeze clears it. I might start watching college football. I did start watching NFL again. I had tuned out the NFL after college because I would just watch with my friends. NBA, I still watch the NBA and college basketball. But I watched NFL this week, and I watched the game in Brazil, the Chargers versus Kansas City. It was nice to see Taylor Swift's team lose. It was nice. Kuzo saying, South Korea is not bad. They're on a 14-game unbeaten streak. The Korean guy is a casual. He didn't say they're bad. He said they're coming off bad results. I mean, tying Palestine, tying Oman, and tying Jordan are not good results. You can go on a 50-game unbeaten streak playing Guatemala, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis. The context of who you play during those 14 games matter. And he said they struggle in those games, which I think is a fair assessment. Barfston clears it. Dragon the Abandoner saying, did Barca not release Ajiman to play today? Ajiman is injured. He had groin surgery. And for anyone that doesn't get the reference, Lyndon Donovan said that if Ajiman was more technical or cleaner on the ball, whatever, he would be playing for Barcelona. Yeah, that was a Lyndon Donovan take. Steven Spada is saying, the star ratings of our backline on Google. Let me check that out. Let me see. USMNT. Let me see. USMNT versus Korea. Let me see the backline rating. There's no rating on Google. I don't see the rating. Doesn't show up for me. Doesn't show up. Diego Luna switches it. Christian Pulisic. See what he can do on a 1v1 here. Christian Pulisic. Now he's triple team. That's a triple team right there. And cleared by South Korea. Snow if saying, I know the U.S. Federation won't fire Pochettino, but who would you put in if Pochettino didn't get fired? CR7, second half sub, watch. I don't get what you're saying. Won't fire, but if Pochettino did get fired, who would you put in? Who would be the new coach? Well, we talked about Jose Mourinho is available. I don't know if you take the job. I don't know if they can afford him. That's an option. I believe Pellegrino Materazzo, American coach, is also available. Pellegrino Materazzo. And I would at least extend an invitation to BJ Callahan. He's done a tremendous job in Nashville. He did a good job with the U.S. national team. I would at least ask BJ if he's available. So probably those three options. Lucy's saying that Luna back passes too much. He normally doesn't do that, but today he is. He usually does that against better opponents. Luna hasn't really done much. Who do we sub Pochettino? I just talked about that, Carlos. I gave three options. Jose Mourinho is available. Pellegrino Materazzo, I believe he's available. And I talked about possibly extending an invitation to BJ Callahan, even though he's employed coaching Nashville. Cross goes in, cleared by the Korean defense. It's funny that Berhalter's taking set pieces over Pulisic, too. Pulisic draws a free kick for the U.S. Corpsey saying, yo, this team is such a dog's water. I predicted 3-0 for South Korea. Your prediction might come true, Corpsey, with the Randy profile picture. Randall Calrissian saying, can't stop Son. He's killing it. And you two think the same 11 players should play for the U.S. men's national team every game. How does Pochettino get to evaluate players? I mean, Rando, is he not repeating a bunch of players that played in the Gold Cup? Look at the lineup for the Gold Cup. The only new player, I mean, Dest, I guess, because he's new to Pochettino. The only new player is Blackman. That's the only new player. He's essentially repeating players that he's already seen. Players that he's had in camp. Players that have played multiple games for him. Another bad delivery there from Berhalter. I don't know what you're talking about. Thomas Garcia. Hold on, let me watch the game here again a bit. Diego Luna inside, terrible pass. Pulisic still wins the 50-50. Blackman, Pulisic, out to Weah. Weah inside, shoots. Oh, that's a field goal. 3 points for the United States. And I think Tim Weah just pulled his hammy. Tim Weah might have pulled his hamstring with that abomination of a shot. He's either cramping, and if you're cramping, you just got to eat bananas or drink coconut water, and the cramp just magically goes away. Thomas Garcia saying, how South Korea, Japan are ranked below the United States is legit fraudulent. In the past, blame, I'm indifferent. When the poly market for the U.S. men's national team getting group hit, go all in. Thanks for the content, guy. Thanks, Thomas. It's the FIFA rankings, right? It depends a lot on who you play. And it looks like Way is fine. It looks like he's just cramping. It's the FIFA rankings. We talked about this. The FIFA rankings are not a power ranking. Okay, there's a difference. South Korea, great pass, great off the ball movement. Son has the ball for South Korea. Ball goes wide, and here they come. Not looking good. Drift inside to Son, cleared by Sebastian Berhalter, but Korea still has the ball. Korea in possession. Renard would never do this garbage. Just saying, yeah, I mean, Hervé Renard. Anyone that follows the channel long enough knows that my number one option was Hervé Renard. It was Hervé Renard, my number one option. Stable Genius saying, Son, anyone on the U.S. men's national team, even at 31. Son is ahead of anyone on the U.S. men's national team, even at 31. Is he 31 or 33? I thought Son was 33. Imagine the damage Yamal and Mbappe would do. I would not want the U.S. facing Lamine Yamal or Mbappe. It would not look good. Those are players in a completely different level, even compared to Son. And here comes Korea. Ball goes through. The U.S. will recover with Serginho Dest. Back to Matt Freeze. Time for Bradley Ball 2.0 with Pulisic and Balogun up top. Yeah, I don't even know anymore. Sargent can't do crap again. Thomas Garcia is saying we don't have the talent to counter how Jose wants. No, I think we do. I think we do. Like, for example, Balogun is very, very dangerous in transition. Balogun can counterattack. Christian Pulisic, you can play two up top with Balogun and Pulisic, and then have Gio Reyna or Malik Tillman at the 10 to play make. You can even have Way as a wing back. He's fast. A-Rob can counterattack. We do have the talent to counterattack. We 100% do. Pulisic to Weah. Weah to Tyler. Tyler, what was that? Rand Galberg is saying, I figured it out. It's performance art. What is performance art? This is not performance art. But actually, you might have been talking about something else, and I missed when you sent the super chat, Ray. Tristan R saying, Richards is better man than me. If I had to fly across the ocean, sit on the bench for this, I would never answer Pochettino phone call again. Yep. He's sitting on the bench while Blackman is playing. Interesting, right? Time check, please. I'm at minute 59 and 30 seconds, 59 and 31, 59, 32, 59, 33. Corner kick for the U.S. Christian Pulisic. Bad delivery from Pulisic. Arfston. Tim Weah. And Son almost takes it from Weah. SN is saying, look, I wanted to hire Wilfred Nancy or Hervé Renard. I take zero blame for this Pochettino poop show. Look, Pochettino on paper, I'll keep saying this. In my opinion, it was a good hire on paper, but it's been a disaster. And there's still time to hit the panic. But, oh my goodness, Roldan is being subbed in. Roldan. The U.S. men's national team is down 2-0. And Roldan was subbed in. My goodness. And Tim Weah looks to be injured. Mike P saying time check, please. As I said, minute 60 and 49 seconds, 60 and 50 seconds now. Ray saying, was it BJ who played Luca De La Torre at the 6 and it was kind of a revelation for the match? I would love to see more of that idea. No, it wasn't BJ. It was, I think, Anthony Hudson. BJ played Gio for the first time with the US as a 10. He also played, I think, Aronson as a central midfielder to mark like Alfonso Davies, and it worked. I think that's what he did. But no, it wasn't BJ that played De La Torre as a 6. Stephen Agishi saying, Pochettino doesn't care. Players don't care. Never seen a U.S. men's national team play with no pride and honor. We're rewarding mediocre players, coach system. Yeah, I can't really counter anything you said. It's upsetting, but I can't really counter it. And Joe's saying 3-5-2, Richards, Ream, Carter Vickers, Jedi, Cardoso, Tillman, Adams, Dest, Pulisic, Balogun, or Pepe or Sargent work on pressing till the World Cup. Yeah, I don't know about Carter Vickers, but better than Blackman. Oh, great. Roldan is in. Christian Roldan is in. Yeah, Pochettino, that's what happens. He's fucking around with this roster and these players, and he's finding out. I hope he's finding out, actually. Okay. So Son is being subbed out too now, 62 minutes. Ten Hag's available. No, we'll pass on Ten Hag. No Ten Hag. Who else here? Chan's DSR saying Pochettino will still wait to the 80th minute to make sub. Well, he made subs. There just weren't good ones. Balogun's in at least, but so's Roldan. Jeff Carey saying Jedi's the best American player, most consistent one. Son is out for Korea. FN, an angry American. I thought the mayor of LA said Son was going to lead us to the World Cup win. She did say it. Maybe he's waking up the team, and now Richards is on. I'll update you guys on the subs right now as soon as I wasn't paying attention to the subs because it was a mess there. Even Korea was making subs. So let me go through all the players that are in and the ones that are out in a second. Ray saying it's performance art, not meant to be taken serious. How else can you explain Roldan? I guess you have a point, right? How am I going to counter what you're saying? I have absolutely, and Blackman is still in. And Alex Freeman is now in. Poor guy. Christian Pulisic tries to put inside to Balogun, and the ball's cleared once again. My, oh my. Go Blackman. Do something. Clears it. Berhalter. Back to Richards. Yep, there's no way to explain Roldan being there. Okay, Trey saying Ronaldinho is going to save us. Roldaninho. I read Ronaldinho there for a second. I wish Ronaldinho would play for the U.S. Balogun tries good hold. Good find, and Luna gets blocked. Already better than Sargent right there. Arfston. Keyswaw saying, if you've seen Pochettino at Chelsea like I did, you would have known that this guy has lost the plot. Poor selections, poor subs. Balogun, good find. Freeman. We look a lot better with Balogun, that's for sure. No style of play, overreacted. Yeah, I guess Chelsea fans knew better. Lucy's Hub saying, what's been the U.S. men's national team record since Pulisic did the Trump dance? I don't know. I don't remember what game he did the Trump dance also. I don't remember what game it was. Was it against Panama? I think it was when we beat Panama. So ever since, the record has been pretty bad. Travis is saying, ever since Pochettino took over, we haven't had a single roster game with all our best players, quality quality players or our best players together. I mean, a lot of it is on him. Sometimes they're injured or not available, but a lot of it is on him. A lot of it are just his selections, right? Big Daddy Land saying, I want the U.S. men's national team to get grouped at home, but even you want them to get at home, but even if that does happen, nothing's going to happen. Wait, what is that? I want the U.S. men's national team to get grouped at home, but even if that does happen, nothing's going to happen. But if they get grouped, something happen. Or you mean change? No, I don't want us to get grouped at home at a World Cup that we're hosting. I would just quit covering this team if we get grouped. There's no point. If we get grouped, I'm done. So just so you all know, Tyler Adams, Dest, Sargent, and Weah were subbed out. Freeman, Richards, and Roldan and Balogun were subbed in. So I guess Freeman was for Dest. Richards was probably for Weah because now we're playing a back three. Roldan was for Tyler Adams. And Balogun for Sargent. Those are the subs. But we're not getting grouped, guys. Just look at the format of the World Cup. Ivan the Dictator is saying, as an American citizen, I do see South Korean win, but for Pochettino, if he could be the American version of Steve McLaren. No. Holy Cow saying, crazy how good Balogun is. Imagine if you actually choose in Pochettino. Keep in mind, Pochettino, Holy Cow, he didn't call up Balogun originally, right? He had Brian White. Originally, he had Brian White. Okay, Tim Ream all the way back to Matt Freese. Chris Richards with the ball. I'm happy that we have Christian Roldan there at the 6 now. Great player. Sebastian Berhalter gives it away. Roldan can't win the 50-50. Korea, even without Son, they still look like a better side than us. They still look better. Here comes Korea. And they're just slowing the game now. We're about to hit minute 69. If you guys want to nice it, you can nice it. I'm not feeling it today. I don't feel like 69ing today. I don't feel like it. Steven is saying, remember when Asian players were made fun of for being terrible? Now the US players suck ass, no skills, just US marketing purpose. I don't remember when Asian players were made fun of. Maybe I was a kid, but I don't remember that. At least myself, when I was growing up watching soccer as a kid, I always saw many of them being respected. Like Park Ji-sung played for Manchester United, and he was one of the most respected players in England, in the world, actually. So I don't remember that, but maybe when you were younger, Steven. Tyler is saying Pochettino looked at Freeman versus Inter and said, yeah, about that performance there. Orlando City and Inter Miami. The last goal right there, all on Freeman. And also kind of useless most of the game. Ray is saying, doesn't Roldan's brother have more goals against us than Roldan has altogether? Does Alex have more? Well, Roldan never scored for us. So if Alex Roldan scored on us once, then yeah, the answer is yes. Logan said, I've seen enough sub in Shaq Moore. Shaq Moore wasn't called in, thank goodness. But again, Zendejas is coming on for Luna. Pretty mediocre to bad performance. Yep. Yeah, good job, Diego Luna. Roldan's skill 1 out of 10, vibes 11 out of 10. So if you average it out, he's a 6 out of 10. Christian Roldan. To be fair, Roldan's probably better than Sebastian Berhalter. Christian Pulisic. Put the through ball to Balogun. Pulisic. Okay, Zendejas. Blocked. Zendejas to Berhalter. Berhalter back to Alex Freeman. To Zendejas. Blackman. Christian Pulisic. 2-0 Korea. And we play a better opponent next Tuesday, Japan. The only thing is I think Korea is a more physical team than Japan. That's one thing that must be said. Zendejas inside. Roldan gives it away. Blackman recovers. I think Mexico plays Japan today. Yeah, I believe so. I'll check here. Mexico plays Japan, so that might be a good game to watch and kind of like understand what we're going to be facing on Tuesday. Yeah, Mexico plays Japan at 10 p.m. today. Zendejas goes by one, good move, and loses the ball. Is he fouled? What's the call? Zendejas draws the foul for the United States here. Guys, the reason I don't think we're going to get grouped in the World Cup, I really don't, due to the simple fact that two teams get out of each group. We're going to be pot one, so we get rid of all the top teams, right? The top 8. And on top of that, the top 8 third-place teams also advance. So essentially, if we win one game, we're probably going to get out of the group. I don't see the United States getting grouped. Ball goes in. Richards. Oh, saved by the goalkeeper. Balogun. Penalty? No call. No call. Korea clears it. Chris Richards almost scored. Okay, no penalty, no call. Alex Freeman. Freeman drives inside, finds Zendejas, and that'll be a corner for the U.S. Steven Spot is saying every time we lose a match as a result of a bad performance, the federation should have to refund fans. Yeah, they're not doing that. No one does that, right? And they're not going to do that. Pulisic, cross goes in, cleared by the Korean defense. Shot from Arfston. Yeah, out of bounds, Korean ball. Saying plenty of time for a goal. Yeah, but here's the thing. Even if we score a goal, let's say we lose 2-1, does it really matter? We saw the performances, right? There's also time for Korea to score another goal. Let's not forget that. That's another problem. Tim Ream heads the ball. Korea still wins it once again. They still have the ball. Oh, boy. Korean possession, 75 minutes. We got 15 minutes to go here and the game will be done. Korea 2, United States 0. The U.S. has played a bit better the past 5 minutes for whatever that's worth. Fucking shit. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone that tuned in. This stream is brought to you by SoRare. If you want to play SoRare, if you already play SoRare, link to plays in the description with a special offer. Thank you very much, SoRare, for sponsoring this video. And they're not the sponsors of this video, but if you want to have 20% off Umbro, the link and promo code are in the description of this video. Any Umbro product, any jersey, shorts, cleats, link in the description of this video. 20% off every single purchase you have. Link and promo code in the description. Alex Freeman. Back inside, Berhalter. Back to Blackman. Chris Richards. Roldan. Okay. They're saying Juan Santiago's like, do you think the European style of play just doesn't work with CONCACAF teams? No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. And what would you mean European style of play? It's very different in different nations. You have Spain playing their tiki taka, a lot of possession, right? Possession based. You have Germany, that's a pressing team, and they like to play in transition. France likes to play in transition. England plays a different style. It depends on what you mean by European. I don't think so. I don't think there's any logic to that. And it depends on what you mean by style of play. I don't think the US can play as one of the powerhouses, for example. I don't think we have the quality to do so. I think we need to learn again how to soak up pressure and play on the counterattack. But I don't think it has anything to do with European style and CONCACAF teams because, like I said, I don't know what European style means. There's many different styles in different countries, in different national teams. Arrows is saying the help us. The what? What is that emoji? The something emoji help us the World Cup for supporting Israel. I don't know what that emoji means. I can't see it. Stephen Agishi saying thoughts on Pochettino's condescending comment. Which one? Which one? Which one, Stephen? Which one of the many that he's had? Zendeja's already attacking more than Luna. Yes, Zendeja's has looked better than Luna. Pulisic with the terrible free kick. Hey, at least Pulisic is well rested. At least he's well rested. McGlynn for Berhalter now. Okay, Steven Spada, Tottenham players refunded fans after a bad match. Good for them. Good for them. That's the right attitude. Holy Cow 325 saying Pochettino's great at adjusting mid-match. He is a good manager. He just doesn't care. He realized our leaders are idiots and got a free payday. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to judge him based on what he does. And based on what he does right now, his player selection has been shit. His in-game management has been shit. We can't keep blaming the leaders only, right? Pochettino's getting paid to do a job. So he better do his job. Doesn't matter if people above him or below him don't care. He has to do his job. The one Herc went off. I didn't watch it. I've been super busy. I don't know which one Herc went off, Steven. I don't know. Christian Pulisic with the ball. Driving forward on his own. No options. No options. Alex Freeman. Dude, what does Alex Freeman even do? People keep hyping this guy. I watch him for Orlando. I don't see it. And then I don't see it with the national team as well. Alex Freeman with the ball again. $80 minutes. 80 minutes. South Korea 2. United States 0. We got 700 likes in this stream. If you just tuned in, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, blah, blah, blah. Try to help us hit 1,000 likes, I guess. Balogun holds the ball well. Finds Pulisic and cleared again. McGlynn to Zendejas. Not going to lie, Balogun's looked fine. Roldan. That's a very strong shot. That's a very strong shot. Almost as strong as how a toddler kicks the ball. Very good, Roldan. You'll get an ice cream after the game. Very nice shot. You'll get an ice cream and a lollipop. Maybe some cotton candy if you hit another shot like that. Maybe some cotton candy too. My goodness. Free kick for South Korea. Yellow card for Zendejas. Richards fouls the Korean player. Oh my, oh my. What do we have here? 730 likes. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much. What is it? Corpsey saying, can we talk about the American Outlaws and crappy chants? It is what it is with them, right? It's not really their fault that the team sucks. These days, what I say is, if the American Outlaws are having fun, I don't care. Let them have fun. They're not really a fan base that will fire up the national team, but they're definitely not the problem. That's the way I see it. They're not going to push this team forward, that's for sure. But I can't blame them. They're having fun. Good for them. Enjoy. The chants aren't great, but they have the right to do whatever they want. They're supporting the team their own way. Mav213. Who decides Blackman over Richards? How? Zendejas over Luna? Pochettino decided that. I mean, Pochettino, you guys can go on with MLS, quote, MLS conspiracy, whatever, but at the end of the day, Pochettino did it. I blame him. Steven Spada say, man, I'd love to get paid $60 million a year to suck at my job and not care about improving. It is kind of impressive, right? $6 million a year. Literally, if you're smart with money and you make $6 million a year for 2 years, if you're smart with money and you just don't waste it on stupid shit, you can retire with that. I don't care what people say. If you're smart with money, $12 million after taxes is way less than that. I don't know. After taxes will be what, 8 million? That's enough for you to retire. It's one heck of a salary. SN is saying, after the Leagues Cup final, I was wondering if they would call in Roldan. And, well, yeah, they did call up Roldan. To be fair to Roldan, he's looked mediocre, but he hasn't looked like the worst. Carlos saying, United States and Luna come to do cardio, workout nice. Yeah, they did a good cardio. Good cardio today. Bobby Not Brown, this is how you continue to lose fans. Reset needed. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely not gaining fans over the past 12 to 24 months. It's kind of crazy that this cycle has been such a disaster. It's supposed to be the biggest one for the national team ever. The 2026 World Cup, a promising generation, and it's been a complete disaster, essentially from start to finish. This cycle started with the Berhalter-Reina scandal. Then Berhalter rehired. Things didn't go well with him. Certified chat. I think Pochettino is forced to play MLSers. Well, we have no evidence of that. That's the thing. We have no evidence of that. We have there's a lot of reasons to think there's a very strong MLS influence there, but we can't prove it, so we can't really accuse them of that directly, right? At least I have no evidence, so I can't prove it. Len is saying MLS is an NFL product. If it was an NFL product, it would be a lot better. But you're right. There's a lot of NFL owners involved with MLS. A lot of very rich NFL owners. The Orlando City team here is owned by the Will family. If I'm not mistaken, they're the owners of the Minnesota Vikings. 85 minutes. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. Someone said Pulisic with a torn groin. No, he's still on the field. He's fine. Zendejas. Actually, Pulisic's down. Whoever said that on the stream was right. Pulisic's actually down. Not sure what happened. Did he get hit on the balls? Let me try to figure out what happened with Pulisic. It looked like he ran into the Korean player. Yeah, he just ran into the Korean player, but no, he's fine. He's up. He's up. Pulisic's fine. Oh, Pochettino said how little he expects from the U.S. men's national team. Yeah, it sucks that he says that, but at this point, I expect very little too. Oh, is it the comments that Pochettino said that he can't go in and defend for them or score goals? Not wrong, but I mean, maybe select the players that can defend, the players that can score goals. Ezra is saying, who do we even blame for getting worse since 2022? Primarily the Federation. That would be the first one, because how they handled everything was just a disaster, from Berhalter's rehiring and firing, and I mean, the coaching search, everything, and how everything just been a complete shit show, mainly the Federation. Then, obviously, Berhalter has some blame. Pochettino has probably more blame at this point, Pochettino, because we're looking worse with him. I hate to say this, but Pochettino has been worse than Berhalter. Let's be real here. Okay, back to the game. Holy Cow is saying Triple G chose mostly European players. Quota doesn't exist. Problems Pochettino likes, though. Tough young players. He never rated finesse guys. MLS is all tough guys, no skill. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. Berhalter for the World Cup he did, but after he was rehired, he was mainly calling just European players. Berhalter's rosters were fine, which again, if there was an MLS quota, you would think Berhalter would be calling the MLS guys. So saying there's an MLS quota is just kind of like, it's almost as if you're protecting Pochettino and saying he's not making dumb decisions. He's being forced to make dumb decisions. "88 minutes. 88 minutes. And we play Japan on Tuesday. I'll release a preview for that. Alan, just one thing, I'm going to correct you there. Not saying there is or there isn't an MLS quota, but Jurgen Klinsmann never confirmed that there was an MLS quota. He never denied it, but he never confirmed. Okay? It was Johan Cruyff that put it in a book, and Johan Cruyff said there was a quota. Jurgen Klinsmann never confirmed or denied that, as far as I know. So, no, Jurgen never confirmed it, just to make that clear. Chris Richards to Jack McGlynn. McGlynn. Zendejas, bad pass. Korea recovers the ball. And here comes Korea again. Down the right flank. 89 minutes, 1 minute to go. Cross goes in. It'll be cleared by terrible clearance from Freeman. Korea with the ball. Cross goes in from Korea. Ooh, Matt Freeze with the save. Korea almost got number 3 at the 90th minute. Siphon say MLS quota versus influence. Who cares? Just splitting hairs. Evidence is on the field and results are the same. Sure. I can agree with that. It's just that, again, influence, there's a lot of reasons for us to believe that it's there. Quota, a set number of players they have to have, I doubt it. I'm not defending MLS, guys. I'm known as MLS haters. I've lost sponsorship deals with brands that work with MLS. Like, I can't get it because they're not going to sponsor a channel that is critical of their beloved league. And if you guys look it up online, you'll see the ones they're sponsoring, and you'll see I don't get any sponsorship with that. So I'm very critical of that. and I'll continue to do so in that sense. But yeah, I'm just saying the quota. When we talk about a quota, talking about a set number of players that have to be there. I doubt it. Not going to say 100% certain that it doesn't exist, but the influence, I would agree with you. Edgar Castillo is saying, not a quota. Jurgen Klinsmann said he could not take 3 players from the same MLS team. People need to realize saying there is one takes the blame away from Pochettino. Yes, that was the point that I was making. The moment you say there's a quota, you're saying, well, that means Pochettino has no fault. He's not even selecting the players. No, he is selecting the players. It is his fault for the players that he selected. We can't say that there's a quota. Now, if there's an influence and he's falling for it while he makes $6 million a year, that's also on him. Zendejas, Pulisic blocked. Why did you take so long? Balogun. Oh my God, the ball just doesn't want to go in. Roldan blocked again. Roldan. Terrible cross from Roldan. Unless that was a switch to Arston. Arston with a step over. He can do those. Cross goes in. Cleared by South Korea. That was a push from Blackman. So Pulisic took an extra touch, was blocked. Balogun hit the first good shot. Second was a bad one. Balogun missed one sitter. The first shot was a good shot. Second one was more of a sitter. He should have scored. The last one, he hit the post. He missed one sitter, not 3. My, oh my. 93 minutes. Why did the ref add 5 minutes to this friendly? Why are you adding 5 minutes to this friendly? Joseph is saying, I never thought it could get worse than Berhalter, but here we are. Pochettino's a fraud, and we're screwed for the World Cup. That I agree with. Look, I'm very critical of Berhalter. I don't like Greg Berhalter, but I have no issue saying that it's been worse under Pochettino. To my surprise, it has been worse. That's not to say it was good with Berhalter. It was terrible. We're going on in the wrong direction. And here's the thing. Berhalter deserved to get fired, but it is also fair to say that it's worse with Pochettino. Certified Chad saying, come on, who believes Pochettino's stupid enough to play Roldan? The roster gap between European top players and MLS scrubs is insane. Higher ups at MLS and USSF are definitely telling Pochettino they need to boost the median TV ratings. But Certified Chad, the guy's getting paid $6 million a year. Ultimately, it's still his decision. If he decided to be a sellout, like I told you, I can shill for MLS and I'll get sponsors. There's a lot of brands there that sponsored MLS that wouldn't really work with Tactical Manager because he's critical of MLS. I'm not going to give you names, but you guys can look up other influencers that have on Instagram specific sponsors that you'll know exactly who they are if you follow soccer in America. So you can be if you're going to be a sellout, you're at fault. We can't keep making these excuses. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with you about an MLS influence, quota, whatever. Like I don't care. We can't not blame Pochettino. And say, aren't you going to blame the player? They suck. Yeah. A lot of them suck. We talk about the players. We're hating on them equally. We're hating on the players equally. Lucy is saying Zendejas needs to start against Japan. Yeah, he's looked better than Luna. Nothing special, but better than Luna. Balogun. No options. Gets trapped. Somehow got out of it. Asked for a penalty kick. No call. And we hit minute 95, so that should be it. Everyone, the post game will be at 11 Yanks Soccer. It's Pete's new channel. Does anyone need the link to that channel? Do you all have 11 Yanks Soccer? 11 Yanks Soccer. Do you all have the link to that channel or do you need it? It's not 11 Yanks. It's 11 Yanks Soccer that we will have the post game. Let me do this. I'm going to put the link to the post game right now in the description of this video. All you have to do is refresh. post game. You can refresh, and the link to the post game is in the description of this video, along with the So Rare link and the Umbro code. Umbro link and Umbro code. If you want to, it's right there. Let me put here. Here's the link for the post game. 11 Yanks Soccer. It's not going to be fun there. Certified Chad said there's a lot of people that will accept $6 million to play crappy MLS scrubs. I agree with you. Well, let's be real. I would, if they offered me $6 million for you to shut up about MLS, I would shut up. I wouldn't shill for anyone. I don't want to do that, but I would shut up. They had $6 million for you to shut your mouth. Sure, I'll do that. Why would I not? So everyone, let's go to 11 Yanks Soccer for the post game of this shit show that we just watched. Once again, thank you very much, So Rare, for sponsoring this video. Link to play So Rare is in the description of this video. And if you want to buy Umbro products with 20% off, we are Umbro ambassadors now. And the link and promo code are in the description. You got to use the promo code and the link, and you get 20% off any purchase multiple times, and you can share that with anyone. The link and the promo code. United States lost once again. I don't know when we're going to win with Pochettino against the World Cup team. We'll see. Tomorrow we have the 7 Things We Learned video. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you guys at 11 Yanks Soccer. Post game is in the description of this video. Okay, see you guys in like 3 minutes.